Got the loud jumping at the back. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the band jumping at the bag. Vibe blowing at my jack. Got the loud jumping at the back. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the band jumping at the bag. Another milestone, look at that. Paper boy on my paper route till I'm 6 down on my back. I'm an old soul like my dad. My old girl's still a fan. And yo girl at the live show, so don't act like I ain't the man. I'm kicking my feet up, get frank like Aretha. I'm calm but I'm teed up, just flip me a stack. The Rio just doubled up off of the muscle, I stuck to the task. They see me, I'm troubled, I'm bubbling up till it's stuck. And they want me to stay where I'm at. I'm good everywhere that I'm stepping, my presence is crucial. You know that this shit not on trend. On a big wave, I'm controlling the tide. Snake eyes when you rolling the dice. So with the stakes inside, I can never take another nigga advice. They can't reach the sky, I'm aiming up high. Just wanna know what it's like. Y'all know what it's like, I come from outside of this. Out the quicksand, I'm the big man, doing big things. Cop a big change, up a state lines, doing stage dives on cam. It ain't no limit to my vision. Check the temp, I'm on fire with it. Got the band jumping out the bag, Prosecco on ice. I'm nobody nice, gonna run up a check. Demand my respect, I'm doing the most. I never quit, they want me to quit. I'm good as it come, I'm good as it gets. Vibe blowing at the
The world only moves for those who take control and force it to respect them. If you're not building, you're declining. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. If you're not winning, you're losing. Every man has two choices. Be the hunter or be the hunted. Be the man who writes the checks or the one who waits for payday. Success is not given, it's taken. Wealth is not stumbled upon, it's built brick by brick with discipline and vision. The time for waiting is over. The time for hoping is gone. Now is the time to move, to build, to dominate. A man without money is a man without options. He settles for scraps instead of commanding the feast. The weak begin. The strong take. The poor complain. The rich strategize. The ones who hesitate get left behind. The ones who act become legends.
And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Yeah. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.
And we're ready to rock. Shout out to the Coach Gang. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to the internationally alone and critically acclaimed Boss Up Show, part of the Free Agent Lifestyle podcast here on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You in here with the Bruce Wayne that is Ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, new world order, the Notorious One, aka, all right, the Notorious One, aka Mr. Coach Alini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. and you're listening live broadcasting from Manila in the Philippines with none other than Hollywood CGA. And of course, it's EWF. That is every woman's fantasy and the whole fucking show. I'm the CEO, Niggero, of Fixes Binds LLC. You're looking at the unbinder, the undebatable, the undisputed best entertainment here on YouTube and Instagram. And, all right, none other than YouTube. I forgot my intro. All right. But anyway, the ladies in Manila like to call me
Your
Mr.
third leg
Third
was
Leg
just
Greg.
phenomenal.
Also the man with one trabajo. That is the ecclesiastical Mitch Slapper. You're looking at the anointed one. The anointed one. The founding father of the after pill, the junior college sociologist, the Morpheus of the mating matrix, the chocolated Confucius, the Black Moses, the deliverer, also known as the man that walks ecclesiastically in the spirit of Elijah. I'm the man with more nicknames than anyone in the game. But in case you forget those names, just call me James Bind. The Ling Arthur, the Lord of the Lings. Just call me El Primo, El Jefe. Just call me the boss, the one and only Mr. CGA, see God Allah. And you're looking at the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. Let's get the bell rung. We got a great show for you lined up today. We're not even going to go through segments today. We're going to tell you about the main event. And I want to shout out Cali, West Miami in the building. Shout out to Cali, West Miami. And it seems that Hollywood always goes viral when I'm on vacation. But as you guys know, I'm an international lover. Yeah. I've been on vacation the last 2 years. All right. Listen, not everybody can do that, but I've been on vacation the last 2 years. I've been going on an international trip every month for almost the last, I want to say 18 months, international. I've taken 5-week vacations. I'm on a 4-week vacation here. All right. And I deserved it because I put in my time here, putting in work for the people. All right. I'm the people's champion. And as you know, shout out to Cali, West Miami. It's been an eventful past couple of days, past couple of 24 hours. And Cali, West Miami alerted me. He's live now, and he's talking about a response to a video that I posted on Instagram. And the video has going viral. All right, the video is going viral, is going crazy. All right, let me just show you here what's going on here. It's a video that I've played before on this channel. It's a video that I posted on my IG stories maybe 2 weeks ago. I posted it on my YouTube not that long ago. All right. I want to say maybe posted it on my main YouTube channel on a YouTube Shorts a couple of weeks ago. All right. And I'm going to show you what video what's going on here. Let's see what we got here. This is the video going feral on Instagram. And as you can see here, it's got, well, you can't see it, 29,000 likes. All right. We're going to go through the statistics on this one. It's a video that you've seen, your average 50-year-old divorcee who decided to never remarry / be a stepdaddy. All right, that is the post there, and I'll show you the video later for the people who haven't seen it. All right, but we'll show you the ecclesiastical video and the evidence here. And Andrew Wilson is going, what's left? Debauchery? All right, here's the video that I posted here on Coach Greg Adams' channel, and there the video is there. It's, you know, my audience is mostly, you know, manospherians, if you will, red pill. And so this video is kind of a change of direction for my content. For the people who've been watching me for years, you guys have saw this pivot coming a mile away. You saw the heel turn, you saw the Paul Orndorff clothesline, you saw the guy from The Shield hit Roman Reigns in the back with the chair. You guys have seen this direction change of the content. You see me go Hollywood, all right, Hollywood CGA. And I had to do it because, yeah, I mean, listen, I've been doing 8 years of this content. I've been doing this content for 8 years, trying to be straightforward, trying to talk the talk, trying to walk the walk, try to teach men how to do things critically, make critical decisions, give men information. And I basically was straight lace, okay? Straight lace, straight down the line, right down the middle, called it like it is, and people either accepted it or not. Now, what didn't happen was because men are always hooked up on women, they almost thought that I was an incel. And I was like, well, that's not exactly it. I might cover conversations and topics that are red pill talking points or red pill oriented, but they thought that I couldn't get women or I had the trick to get women. And so they just really didn't know how to deal with me. So I was like, well, I need to kind of show them that, because I have been on the JUCO since 2019. And part of my direction change in 2022 was bringing to you the JUCO lifestyle. Since women are promoting it and they're promoting it in their liberated world, they are now openly monetized dating. And so I call it monetized dating. You know, in the Black community, they call it tricking. And for some reason, they can't get over it. And they're always worried about what I spend versus what another guy gets for free. And at 50 years old, I don't worry about that. Like at 22, I would worry about that if I had $100 and I had spent $50 on a girl and then she fucked the guy for free. Yeah, that would make a difference. But we're talking about big bank take little bank. We're not talking about that little money out here. If I spend a little bit of money on a woman and she goes and fucks another guy, well, it's not my problem. All right. I got what I wanted. I hope he got what he wanted. And at the end of the day, what did either one of us get? I mean, we got the same thing. It's not a big deal. But it's funny when I promote the lifestyle, how many people have a problem with it. But then when they see the women do it, same as these old skeezers, they see the women do it, they had no problem with it up until now. The women are saying you need 30K a month, 50K a month, and the numbers are going up. AKA what I said was, hey, guys, you're getting priced out. So they're seeing me still participating in it. I'll say, hey, listen, I'm gonna openly participate in that marketplace. People have a problem with it. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. What do you want me to do? So here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I put this video out and I dropped it. And like I said, I reluctantly dropped this video. When I posted it on YouTube, I reluctantly dropped it. When I posted it on my Instagram stories a few weeks ago, it was like it was a reluctant drop. It wasn't like, let me show these people what's up. But as you've been listening to me for years, I've been the king of receipts. I've been saying, show me the receipts. I don't want to hear talk. I don't want to hear about what you're doing and I don't see it. It's the year of the receipt. So let me see what you're doing out here. So I said, let me show this. It's not on my brand, but it kind of is on my new brand, 50 Shades of Greg, the JUCO, monetized dating, luxury dating, right? It's the whole spin of this idea of I'm going to take advantage of a marketplace that is now overt and available. Women are overtly monetizing themselves across the world, but especially in the United States. So I'm going to take part of it. And what I did was I dropped the video. I dropped the video on Instagram. When I dropped it, I was in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at the time. And I literally posted it with Ling Ling, which we call Wasabi Baby. Wasabi Baby was sitting right next to me when I posted it. All right. So I had ordered room service and people want to see, I'll show you the proof. I had ordered room service. Shout out to Wasabi Baby. She's back in Japan. Let's see here. I'll show you what happened here. So I'm right here. You can see the date. Yesterday, that's the time. That's Wasabi Baby taking a video of the room service. Okay, so there I am right there. And I just finished waxing that ass like Rain Dance. But Wasabi Baby's taking a picture right there. All right, so I'm showing you proof of the lifestyle, if you will. Now, if it just because you can't afford it, if you broke, just say that. I don't know what to tell you. So Wasabi Baby's taking pictures of the room service we just ordered, all right, at our expensive hotel in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And I am posting the video. So I'm posting the video and holy shit, I did not think it was going to go viral because on YouTube, although YouTube's demonetized, I knew it was going to get more views than normal because, you know, when I post videos about me with women on my page on YouTube, it just brings on a whole commander of haters here. And most of the haters are men, right? As you can see here, views wise, all right, my views when I'm just keeping it real, talking 5.3K, 4.1K. All right, but as soon as I start talking about women or showing me with women, 27K. So it was a bump up in viewership. So, and then you see the very next video, 9K, 5K. So for me, as a content creator, you have to recognize when your content is stale, when your audience is accustomed to your content. And your audience gets accustomed to your content so much that they already know what you're going to say before you say it. They kind of know what direction you're coming from as a content creator. I've been doing this literally since 2017, 2018, and really peaked in 2019, 2020. So people already kind of get what's going to happen there. And I was like, you know, and people on Locals and Money Mindset know about this. I've been talking about this kind of change and direction of my content for the past 3 years on the Money Mindset. I'm like, how's my audience going to receive it? What are they going to do? You know, it's going to be kind of a different change of pace. It's going to be, so it was always problematic for me to do it. So when I posted it on Instagram, it was with reluctance, because as you guys know, my content wants men to focus on themselves. Okay. It has always been to focus on yourself, build your life, kind of subtract women for a temporary amount of time from your life. Don't date. You know what I mean? Like if you read my book, it says don't date, don't get involved with women, get your priorities straight, get your money up, you know, then look at leverage and options, look at relationships from this particular moment. So that's always been my content for 8 years. And I've been like, I literally have to give my content a breath of fresh air, something for people to talk about. And what better, like I had thought about several directions. Should I do like a Fresh and Fit show? Should I invite girls over on Twitch in IRL? You know, I've been searching for about the past 3 years, and I start some things. I'm like, no, that ain't it. That ain't it. You know, I start doing the JUCO stuff. And, you know, a lot of people hate that. Not a lot, but people hate that because it goes against conventional nigga wisdom. But one lane I thought about was 50 Shades of Greg. All right. And so it was a concept that I came up with when the movie came out. And it was funny because I was talking to some housewives about 50 Shades of Greg when 50 Shades of Grey came out. And I posted it on my Facebook back in the day. And it came back up of this mindset of this kind of the culture of BDSM, open, monetized dating, and this type of thing. And I was like, let's go that direction. Let's go that direction. Okay. Because that is the direction that I think would get more attention, and it kind of fits into my message. It kind of can overshadow them. It won't overshadow the original message. So I can still go back and forth between the original message and that 50 Shades of Greg, the JUCO, monetized dating, luxury dating, and participate in it. And it's been a planned heel turn. It's been a planned change of direction. But I had to introduce it very slowly. So I've been doing it slowly on several YouTube channels, seeing the reaction, gauging the reaction. And I noticed it was getting views, but not the way I thought it was going to get views yesterday. Right? Not the way I thought it was going to get views yesterday. So what I did was, right, as you guys know, I was on the P. Diddy documentary. They gave a clip, so I went Hollywood. All right, they used one of my clips on the P. Diddy or the Puff Daddy documentary. So we started transitioning into Hollywood CGA right before that. Then I went on vacation in Asia, and while I was on vacation in Bali, they released 50 Cent released the P. Diddy documentary, in which a clip was in it. So then it further solidified that I was Hollywood CGA. It was a right direction to go Hollywood. And as we've been doing this, I was like, monetized dating needs to take precedent in what I present, because the free agent lifestyle, it gets stale without evidence. The free agent lifestyle gets stale without evidence. Let me say that again in Dr. Umar's voice. The free agent lifestyle gets stale without evidence. If I keep preaching over 8, 9, 10, 12 years, go be single, you know, withdraw from relationships and dating, don't get married. Well, if I don't show what the result of that is, men aren't going to pay attention. Okay. If I kept saying stay single, well, what good is it to stay single if all you're going to do is travel by yourself, eat dinner by yourself for 10, 15, 20 years, and go travel by yourself and not have sex and go eat in nice restaurants by yourself? It really isn't going to get people's attention like that in the mainstream. It's not going to cross over. Now, my Instagram has been stale for the last 2 years because I stopped doing what they call rage bait material, which was a traditional red pill rage bait. Now, you guys know how I feel about the red pill, all right, in the manosphere. Recently, I just feel like it's a joke. I feel like it has lost its teeth or its legs. There is still some relevant things that people can learn from the beginning, but really the people who preside over the manosphere, the manospherians, are a joke. All right, they are a joke. So seeing the direction of the manosphere and, you know, seeing ecclesiastical Andrew Wilson and some of these people that they put up in the forefront and seeing the documentary, it's a joke, right? So I'm like, whatever. I've been saying that for the last 2 years. So what I've been doing is thinking of a content direction over the last 2 years. I stopped doing a lot of rage bait material, meaning reacting to a woman saying something dumb and then putting my reaction next to it. While that can get you a lot of views, I just think that it's not going to get the type of attention to the free agent lifestyle, the original philosophy that I needed. It's not going to get attention to the money mindset. It's not going to get attention to the JUCO, the thing that really makes me money. It gives me a philosophy. So just rage baiting men and incels and red pill men and men that have been damaged and bitter and hurt, like I have been, I admit it. It's not going to get me what I wanted. It's just going to get me some views, but not men to invest in the conversation. Okay. And it's not going to get attention outside of the red pill or manosphere, because people like celebrities, which you're going to see celebrities commented, pseudo celebrities commented on my recent post. It's not going to get attention from the outside world, because they're just going to see me as someone regurgitating red pill talking points. That's all. They're going to see me as a misogynist, a women hater, somebody that can't get women, and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, it really does me no good to become known for that, rage baiting men, right? Rage baiting men. And so I was like, what can I do? What can I do to reignite this? And really the change was turning 50. When I turned 50, I thought that was a good age for me to present a certain lifestyle that was completely different to where they would force 50-year-old men to do. So a 50-year-old man rage baiting about women and dating would not be on par. It would not be good. It would not even look well, right? A 50-year-old guy talking about dating, it just doesn't make sense, because people would just disqualify it. What the fuck, you're old ass dating? You need to go be married to Big Mama, right? You're an old man. Why you out here dating? And then talking about dating younger women versus older women, I think that wouldn't work. And I was like, that would be an easy disqualifier. So I said, I can't rage bait. I can't be out here yelling and screaming about dating, and I can't get a date and what men and women should do about date. Like, that would be weird. So I said, 50 Shades of Greg, sugar daddy. All right. That is on par with being 50, traveling, being retired, having adult children, being previously married, never getting remarried. That actually would be on par. That would be a better message for a 50-year-old man. And it's to me, I think that would actually get me more attention for the next 10 or 20 years as a content creator, as an influence, because I can ride that out until I'm 65. All I have to do is stay in good shape. I could be on a yacht with a 19-year-old at 65 in a Speedo. It still works. It still works. And somebody says, and no one has that space. Exactly. That's the other part about it. There's plenty of red pill ragers. There's plenty of red pill ragers. There's plenty of 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old red pill ragers. What they don't have is an open out sugar daddy at 50, openly dating and paying for women to have fun around the world. They don't have that. That's a lane that is wide open. That differentiates myself from everybody. Because then you have the guys that hear, man, that's tricking. That ain't P. You have all of that conversation to where they're going to find fault in that. They're going to be like, so it's going to be polarizing and it's going to get people views. So I said, it's interesting that people criticize hookup culture. But then when I openly say I fly out women, young women, to countries and have fun with them, they say, well, that's tricking. But I'm like, but y'all want me to participate in hookup culture? Because they'll say, hey, I get it for free. I openly get what you're paying for. I get it for free. So are we validating hookup culture, or are we against hookup culture? See, the conundrum of the red pill in men is that men will complain that women are ran through, but then brag about running through women. They complain about women being hoes, but treat women like hoes and want them to be virgins and get married. Like, that's a conundrum. And I'm like, what is going on with that? How are you bragging about you date for free and hook up with any woman when they like you, but then complain about these women being hoes? See, the conundrum is that you can't complain about something that you openly participate in, when you're causing the damage, you're causing the problem. So you're going to see people in the comment section saying that, oh, I did that in my 20s. Okay, wait, you criticize women for doing that in your 20s. So you're saying I shouldn't be doing this in my 50s. So you see, I'm the one and only. I'm not many men, even older men go into this, I'm a great dresser type thing. Or you see the silver foxes, I'm a great dresser, but you never see them with women. Sometimes these dudes got boyfriends, but you never see them with women. And if you do see them with women, they're with they're with women their age, right? Silver fox, I'm Mr. Steal Your Mama, Mr. Steal Your Grandmama. They're with women. Like a silver fox guy will be with a woman in their 40s and 50s and 60s. He'll never be openly dating women in their 20s. So for me, I was like, this would be a good lane to be in, but I've been trying to sneak it in and build upon it and all of that stuff. So with that being said, when I posted the video, I knew it was going to get some attention. I didn't think it was going to cross over and go viral. I didn't think it was going to cross over and go viral. And the way it did, because there's really, really nothing like it on the internet. Can you think about anybody openly doing what I'm doing? Monetized dating, luxury dating, traveling all year long, traveling to not just passport. Shout out to the passport bros. Traveling all year long, not just the passport bro destinations, dating all races of women. You see Asian women in the video, you see Filipinas, you see white women, you see black women, you see Latinas. Dan Bilzerian would be an idea. I guess Dan Bilzerian would be, I guess I could be the next Dan Bilzerian. But do you see any like black men in their 50s doing it? Right? So it really, somebody said I'm touching all bases, and I get to bring the conversation in from all points, from the manosphere, the red pill, the incels, the players, the pimps, the max, the women, the younger women, the older women, black men, white men. I get to bring the conversation across all forms. Andrew Tate would be it too, Newski. Yeah, Andrew Tate would be that, although he's kind of taken a different route. He's taken a different route, namely because, well, it got him in trouble, which I do have to look out for and cover my bases there. So let me show you what's going on here. We'll show you the video, then we'll show you the reaction to the video. And we'll show you the what happened. So let me show you this real quick. We'll put this up on the board. This is my Instagram for people who want to know. This is where it went viral. And it's Coach Greg Adams TV. You can look it up. For some reason, when I edited it, I made a mistake on it. As a content creator and people who want to be a content creator, this always happens. You always go viral when your video is not perfect. I don't know what it is about that. So I made a mistake when posting the video. It was supposed to end before 90 seconds. But for some reason, when I posted it, the video continued. And since that is the case, I cannot boost the post and have it go more viral, meaning I cannot pay and boost the post to go further and get more views, because I would literally boost it. I would pay $1,000 to boost this video to go even more viral. But I didn't post it. I made a mistake in the editing. It's over 90 seconds real, so I can't boost the post. And yeah, all right. So the music cuts off and there's still some clip running. I didn't intend to do that. Somebody said the black Ric Flair. Exactly. That's the lane. That is a lane that I'm looking for. 50 Shades of Greg, the black Ric Flair, and of course these men, it didn't end well with them. I'm not trying to tell you how it's going to end, all right, for me, but I'm just going to have fun in the process. But that's a lane. Then I can bring in the whole Ric Flair clips and I can brag and boast. It's the black Ric Flair, the black Bruce Wayne. Exactly. The black Bruce Wayne. So that's what I'm talking about. All right, somebody keeps bringing up something. Let's go ahead and put this nigga in timeout. You keep repeating yourself, so you're going to have a little break. So the black Bruce Wayne, the black Ric Flair. So when I talk about the Bruce Wayne of this ish, that's what I'm talking about. So this is the Instagram page. Guys, I was stuck on 138,000 followers for almost 2 years. I mean, my followers didn't move. Now, I will tell you, I didn't post a lot. My posting was inconsistent over there. I stopped red pill rage baiting. When I did post, I did get a lot of views, but for some reason, and I thought Instagram was broke, my followers would not move. It was just stuck. And I would get 60,000 views, 70,000 views, and the followers would never move. In fact, at one point, I started losing followers. And that was when I started posting Hollywood. All right. I started posting women. I started posting Hollywood. So when I started posting that, the followers went down. All right. Because it was like at 140 or 141. And I was losing followers. Right. So I was like, this is interesting. This is interesting. Like, okay. So I was like, I don't know what's going on with Instagram. So when I posted this video, let's go ahead and show you this. This is, by the way, 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago. Let me show you the results. I got it's almost approaching 8,000, and it continues to go viral. So almost 500,000 views, almost 8,000 followers from one post. So for a year and a half, 2 years, I'm stuck at 138,000 followers, stuck. Okay. Then I posted this video and it went nuts. All right, it's still going viral. It's still the numbers are still going up. All right, and I'm like, what the hell is going on one post? One post. So a lot more followers, a lot been introduced to who I am. Unfortunately, like I said, they've been introduced to this side of CGA, right? Which is interesting. It's kind of like what's his name? Charleston White. Charleston White is saying the same thing that I'm experiencing now. Charleston White said, when I dressed up in a tie, when I was speaking in front of the Congress or the, city council, when I was outside doing regular interviews in my regular voice, nobody was paying attention. Nobody was paying attention. But soon as he put on the ignorant act, everybody's paying attention. So what is he doing? He's feeding that beast. He's feeding that beast. Soon as he admitted that it's an act, he's acting, because you could see him. You could go back 8 years before, and he's a regular dude speaking regularly. Plies. A lot of people do this. And I'm like, why are people paying attention to this version of CGA? Why is this CGA going viral? This isn't the CGA that wanted to go viral. I wanted to go viral when I was talking about men are in love, women are in business. I wanted to go viral when I said all men pay. I wanted to go viral when I said if it ain't adding up, start subtracting. I wanted to go viral when I said the marriage will. That wasn't going. So, but this, well, it is what it is. I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do. I got to do what I got to do. Don't be mad. You can't be mad at this point. I gave y'all 9 years of solid content, of solid instruction, right down the middle. No frills, no thrills, no, what do they call it? No gimmicks. I gave you no gimmicks. I gave you no 304s to interview. I literally just gave y'all the straight laced message. And here we are going viral over this video. So let me go ahead and show you the video that I went viral on. All right, continuing to go viral on, over 50,000 views. Right here, there's the video right there. Your average 50-year-old divorcee who decided to never remarry and be a stepdaddy. Now, I think that's what pissed people off, because that is the thumbnail right there. Okay, so that pissed people off, because what do you have? A 50-year-old guy, and it obviously pissed off Boyce Watkins. Okay. It pissed off Boyce Watkins. So you're seeing a guy, 50, enjoying his life, traveling, tricking. Yep, tricking is there. Listen, I'm not apologetic about tricking. If that's what y'all want to call it, y'all want to call it that. I don't know why y'all have a problem with it. I don't know why it bothers you, because you're not fucking the girl. And then they'll tell me about another guy fucking that same girl for free, as if I care. Right? I'm 50 years old. I don't care what that girl does after our deal is done. But a lot of people have a problem with the tricking part. Like it really bothers them that I do it. It's like, I don't know what it is, but that's the title of the video right there. Right there. Average 50-year-old divorcee who decided to never remarry and be a stepdaddy. That also bothers people. That also bothers people. Okay, why don't you be a stepdaddy? Why don't you get married? Why don't you get married to a woman your age that has kids? What's the problem with that? So it's kind of a shot at single mothers and dating women that are advanced age, as we call them. And yeah, because they don't have no money to do it, so they have to go ahead and say how they're getting it for free or another guy's getting it for free, which to me it doesn't matter. Right? I don't know why it matters to a lot of guys, especially when you're watching me do it and you're watching the other guy so-called get it for free. Like, okay, what are you doing? I mean, how does that help you? So I don't even know why I have to defend it, but it is what it is. Even Dan Bilzerian said he paid his women. You know, even Hugh Hefner paid his women. So the average divorcee who never remarried and became a stepdaddy, oh man, this pissed people off. Let's go ahead and play the video. So I'm gonna have to play the video without the volume, as they call it. Okay, so let me remove it. I'll play the big one right here. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Almost turned the whole stream off. My bad. We'll play it without the volume because on the side on the side of the background music is Takeoff from the Migos. His song is Last Memory. And here's the video played out. Okay, here it is right there. This is just me. By the way, producing receipts, which men don't do. So men don't produce receipts of what they're doing. They just talk about it. But here you see me with two women. Most of the women are cooperative. I don't look to be simping. They're all young. Most of these women are between 19 and 30. Okay, 19 and 30. I'm obviously said I'm 50. Most of these women, they're going to call prostitutes, but these women are all JUCO, participating openly in the JUCO. Some people, you can just also, you see me, on vacation and at nightclubs and at, places, events, parties. You see me in the elevator here. You see me with all races of women. You see we are all races of women. And a lot of you have seen these clips. You see me in the VIP section. There I am on vacation. There I am in the 9/11 football game. Okay, in Vegas, getting champagne poured. There I am in Colombia. There I am with that was Wasabi Girl, Wasabi Baby, right there. And there me lighting a cigar, and that was in Cambodia, getting measured here. There I am in the karaoke room with two lings. There I am in Vietnam. There's a little light sling right there. That's me in Brazil on a boat. Okay, that's me in the VIP section. I'm also on a boat there in Brazil. There you go, a helicopter ride. There's me in a nice restaurant in Panama with two girls, all right, that I had a good time with. And there I am, in my daddy bod, G-Wagon out there in Thailand, enjoying life right there, VIP section. And the great Iggy is sitting right next to me. I think Iggy or Iggy's wife was recording that right there. So there's a young white girl there. There's me in Paris, France. All right, so that's how the video ended. And here's the thing about this. This video exploded, went viral. Okay, as I showed you. All right, 500,000 views. All right, it continues to go up. I posted it 24 hours ago. All right, so it continues to go up. I actually sent, I did a business. I have automatic responses to my DMs. So when people subscribe or follow me on Instagram, they get an auto response, and the auto response sends them to the money mindset. All right. So my money mindset has gone up since that. I've got made a couple $1,000s on the money mindset. Not only that, I present well. I'm not cursing. I don't look to be womanizing to an extent. The women look happy in the video. People said, they didn't know they were being recorded, or they didn't know they were going to get posted. Most of these women, some of these videos that I got clips were from the women's, they recorded it. All right. They recorded it and they sent it to me. So some of them, they knew they were recorded and participating in it. So it went crazy on Instagram. And some celebrities have even responded. Pseudo celebrities have responded to this. Okay. Mitches were in there, but let me just tell you, overwhelmingly people supported it. I would say it was 80-20. People were in support of it. Men were saying, they were sending me in my DMs. Let me see if I could pull this up. I'm not going to expose what the DM names. This one says, "What's up, bro? I see you." This guy says, "I'm single. You're my hero." This guy says, "Champ." All right. My brother, he says who he is. He says, "I'm trying to be still living the free agent lifestyle like you." He says, "Unc, I need your book." The other guy says, "You're my motherfucking hero." Okay. So the men who want a vision of where they can be in life literally was like, this is it. All right. I want that life. whatever that is. Because what they want you to believe in America, okay? What they want you to be in America, especially as you're an aging male, is just a utility. Now, when you're a young guy, they kind of want you as the utility, but you're not useful. This is why you have monetized dating. They kind of want you to simp and put in work and pressure and pour into them so they can then play you and manipulate you. And right, we know this. But when you hit 50, you're supposed to just be a stepdaddy. You're supposed to just marry someone your age and sit down. They don't want you to be free and freely moving. They want you attached and then separated from the matrix, separated from the world. And now you're in the matrix and you're supposed to keep being a utility. You're too old. Nobody wants you. Them young girls don't want you. People keep bringing up, them young girls don't like you. They just like your money. Who cares? Like, who cares? That bothers you. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all because I've already been in the system. I've been in the matrix. I've been on the plantation. I've been married already. That's what Boyce doesn't realize. And that's the shame about it, because Boyce then finally recognizes me, but he doesn't know I've been married. I've been married longer than you ever have, Boyce. I have 2 adult children. Okay. So I've lived my life. I paid my penalty. I put the price in. I've done what I was supposed to do. You want me to do it again? Where do y'all want me to go? See, as a 50-year-old guy, they just want me to be put out to my pasture. Don't be traveling. Don't be touching young women. Don't be tricking. Don't be putting into the monetized dating marketplace, even though they want the women to be liberated to be monetized. I'm the guy that when a woman says he needs to be earning X amount of dollars, I'm that guy. Right? Here I am. Oh, no. But they can't find young guys that make X amount of dollars. Okay, but I'm the guy that makes X amount of dollars. They're saying women should be able to do that. But here I am. Let's have fun. And women do want to have fun. I actually had several messages from women based on this one. Hey, daddy, because we know the daddy culture is a thing here. So even some women are chiming in. Oh, we have a daddy? Okay, we have a daddy. We have a guy openly being a daddy. Okay, this is what we want. Choke me, daddy. Choke me, daddy. So yeah, we have a lot of responses to this that we're going to cover. But Boyce Watkins, of all people, who I've covered here several times on my channel, Boyce Watkins chimed in on this one. Mr. Simp Enforcement has been activated. And we're going to see what his suggestion is here in a minute. But I do want to see if there's any contributors to today's show, which you guys can contribute by Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and the likes. But you know, this isn't one of those shows where you have to chip in. You know what I mean? You can if you want. Just subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. If you notice me, the first time you've noticed me is over on Instagram, and you're just trying to figure out who I am. Welcome to the show. I've been here for many, many years. And here I am getting noticed for this particular lifestyle, which, like I said, all right, I wasn't doing this purposely. And somebody said, you're not hurting anyone. He says, why are men so concerned with where you put your Johnson? The dick police are out here. The dick police are out here. All right, you doing this, you doing this, and you giving her that, and somebody's doing this. Who cares? I'm not hurting nobody. Look, I'm not committing a crime. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not trying to force these women to do something they don't want to do. They appear to be happy in the video. Right? The women look happy in the video. Even Claudia Jordan, a ex-304, a ex-skeezer, has something to say about it. She's 60 years old. As if you wasn't 20 doing the same thing that you saw them girls doing in the video with men in their 40s and 50s. We know what you were doing out here. All right, dick policing. All right, we got our brothers here. No government name. I love your away shows because you're showing Mitch's trad cons and PUAs that you actually living the life to the fullest, traveling the world and bossing up and touching many hips. He says, I think this is why so many people hate your away shows, preferring you in your studio. Yeah, I think they want me to be locked into my studio, kept prisoner, and still complaining about the same bullshit. Well, that's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Snap Tech Fix says, leaving the gym late night, got an alert CGA dropping a fresh live, reminded me to stay on my boss up grind, free agent lifestyle for life. Adon Smash says, it's funny how the old 304s from IG calling you a trick and disrespecting her younger version 304. Bruh, how in the hell are older women who literally were younger women doing what you saw the younger women doing, Claudia Jordan, how you calling me a trick? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, that. The funny thing is, when you look at the video, you obviously know what's going on. You don't have to say it. And some of those women I didn't sleep with. All right. Those are women, some of them women that I just approached on the street. Like, there was one young Vietnamese woman. I just talked to her. Some women I did, some women I didn't. But how are they criticizing a man tricking when they're telling men they need to be sponsors and pour in and pay for women, pay for dates? How is that possible? They're telling men they need to have a certain amount of money and provide a certain lifestyle. Then they see a guy providing the certain lifestyle, but it's not to all these old bitches. It's to young women. And they mad. Like, how? Houseway? How y'all mad? Y'all been calling for this. Y'all been asking men for doing this. You guys saw me on dates, vacations, trips. I literally exposed their hypocrisy. I exposed their hypocrisy by showing it. I'm showing you. I'm taking girls on trips, hotels, vacations, dinners. We're doing the whole thing. How is that wrong? How is that wrong? For that audience that's calling it tricking. How is that wrong? Ain't that what y'all want men to do? Y'all don't want men taking girls on vacations? And see, another part of it was the guys were like, he's spending a lot of money. Where? A lot of money compared to who? Now, is it a lot of money? Yes. But is it all my money? Certainly not. All right. It's not all my money. But you saw me doing things that I was enjoying. See, this is the funny thing about it. The things you saw in there were things that I was enjoying doing. Let me play the video. It wasn't like I did it for the women. I literally was doing things that I enjoyed. Like, this is why they really don't want y'all to be free. Because they found fault in that, bro. They found fault. So there I am at a hotel room. All right, elevator hotel room, obviously. I'm in a helicopter ride with this South Korean Ling Ling. All right, there I am in Panama, obviously enjoying that. I'm at a boxing match. That was Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, the tickets cost money, but the helicopter ride cost money, but that's something I wanted to do. All right, that's me in a hotel room. All right, that was me in Thailand. That's me in Thailand, Bangkok, though, enjoying life. That's me in Turks and Caicos. I took this young lady to Turks and Caicos, her first international trip. All right, so we had a good time, mostly a good time. That's her in Turks and Caicos enjoying herself. I took her white girl on a trip. That's me in Costa Rica. All right, that's me on a helicopter ride. All right, and now those girls happen to be in the back seat. I didn't take them. That's me in Brazil with a woman on the Brazil boat. That's me in Turks and Caicos again with the girl, and that's me at it was a haunted house. It was a haunted house. So that's a haunted house. I took a girl to a haunted house. Let me see here. Let's see here. I enjoyed that. That's me in Colombia. That's me in Park Lleras right there having dinner with the Colombian chick. That's me back in Turks and Caicos right there. That's me at a boxing match. That was Bud Crawford and the white Mexican guy. Like when they say I spent money, they act like I spent money on the girl. The girl was literally the accessory. And I didn't do the event. This is why it's the free agent lifestyle. I didn't go to the event for the girl. I went for the event for me, and I brought her as an accessory. I didn't have to bring her as an accessory, but it was what I did. Okay, so yeah, Canelo was a guy. So that's me at Bud Crawford Canelo. So dudes will be like, oh, he tricked on him. He paid. What? How's that tricking? I went to Turks and Caicos. I went on a helicopter ride. I went to a Pacquiao fight. I went to the Canelo fight. Like, what are you talking about? I spent a boatload of money. That's what I was doing. I do that. I was doing that anyway. All right. So let me see what we're doing here. So here we go. Here we got more. And there's a black woman there. That's me in Colombia. That's me in Colombia with a Colombian chick. That's me right there driving an ATV. That's a rental, but It was cheap money in Colombia. I took the girl to Colombia. I met her. I went on subsequent trips to Colombia. That was a girl that I hooked up with. And yes, she has hooked up with men that I've known. So I don't give a fuck. We had a great time. But that's me renting a ATV for like 2 hours. But then this is where men say he spent a boatload of money. Like, can you count how much money this was that I spent just so far? I want to say $10,000. Like, this literally like 10 to 15 grand, a boatload of money. Yes, to a broke nigga. If you broke, just say that. But I'm enjoying life. Right? I'm enjoying life, bro. Yeah, watching pockets. So we have pocket watchers in here in the comment section. So that's me right there. That's me at my 50th birthday party. And I had a lot of college girls. It was college night there. So there were a lot of college girls. And yes, they drank drinks and ate chicken wings. All right. They ate chicken wings and I bought them tequila shots. If you were there in Las Vegas on that day, because we had a boss up convention there, we had 7 or 8 people here with us. That was literally, we had a section at a pool party in Las Vegas. We went with just the boys and Iggy and his wife. And then there were college girls and boys everywhere. The college girls were drunk and hungry. We had birdseed and them bitches was hanging out with us the whole day, taking pictures with me, talking to me. I hooked up with a couple of the girls. Okay. That was a lot of money, but it wasn't that. There's another one of the girls. So you'll see several little girls and pictures. You see even them recording me. And by the way, this is her. This is another girl in the elevator. This is her recording. I'm not recording her. This is her recording me. So when people say, oh, he recording them, and dude, the girls are recording me. And I just got the clip. That's her recording me in the elevator, jumping my bones in the elevator. All right, so that's there right there. You also have me with her in Amsterdam. That's me recording her after dinner. That's me in the VIP section there. So there's where the money spent, where dudes are like, he spent a lot of money. Dude, these are things that I'm enjoying. That's me on vacation in Costa Rica with a girl I brought, a little Tika. All right, that's me in the car right there. That's me going to a comedy show. I went to a comedy show with this girl. All right, spending a lot of money. That's me at the Raiders game. By the way, I have season tickets to the Raiders. Okay, I have season tickets to the Raiders. So those are my season seats. Meaning I go to the Raiders game. I've been to almost every Raiders game since they've been in Las Vegas. So it wasn't me taking her to the Raiders game. I already go to the Raiders game. I have 2 seats. So all I have to do is take another person. I already have 2 seats. So this is something that I enjoy doing. As you can see, all of these things are what I enjoy doing. But for guys, they're like, he spent a boatload of money. He did this, he did that. He tricked off. Okay, where's the tricked off? Like, by the way, you cannot see me tricking at all. Now, yes, did some of those girls leave with a couple of dollars in their pocket after the night or before the night? Sure. All right, but what you're seeing is I'm living the American dream. I'm living every man's dream, but they don't want you to live this dream. They don't want you to live like this as a 50-year-old black man. As a man in your 40s and 50s, as a black man, they do not want you doing this. Black men don't want you doing it, and black women don't want you doing it. They're just going to criticize it. They want me to be sitting up there with a fat old wife getting fat. Not only that, there's me in Las Vegas at a pool party with a young lady. That's me back at the 50-year-old party. That's me back in Colombia. So this isn't just passport bro activity. There's local stuff. There's stuff in the United States. There's stuff abroad. That's me a helicopter ride with Wasabi Baby. That's me back at the 50-year-old party with the college girls. All right. All they wanted was a drink and some chicken wings. Okay. That's me with Wasabi Baby. That's me smoking a cigar in Cambodia. That's me in Cambodia also. That's me in Vietnam again. Okay. So I extended the video, still in Vietnam, and that's me still in Vietnam. All right. By the way, that's me in Brazil. That's me at a concert in Las Vegas, VIP section, Brazil again. All right. This was a yacht party that was sponsored by the yacht party group that Skylar's associated with. That's me with a white girl from London who she took 3 trains to Amsterdam on her dime. And then I eventually flew her out to Las Vegas and we had a good 2 months. We stopped talking to each other after the Vegas trip, but it's not a big deal. All right, we went on a helicopter ride. That's me in Panama with one girl and her cousin, which we had a threesome. All right, but it is what it is. And that's me with my daddy body. Not a dad bod, but my daddy body. So that's me having fun in life. You see me, and that's me with my G-Wagon. That's me in Thailand. Okay. That's me at the party again. All right. And that's me in France. So that's the free agent lifestyle. None of that really insinuated tricking, because there's nothing in there that said that I slept with all of those women. All you saw me was with those women. Now, in the comment, in the headliner, I kind of said that I traveled 30 countries and put hands on hips. That's the only thing that you can literally say that I paid. But when you say that's paying for sex, where? Where much of it was just me doing me, having fun in the midst of that, bossing up, living the free agent lifestyle to the fullest, and literally organizing my life around me having fun with women as an accessory. This triggered the fuck out of people, bro. This got a lot of people supporting me, though. Let me just say that. But that video went viral and pissed people off. It's just crazy. He said, why though? That's the question. Why they mad? Because what they're saying is, well, you getting played. You getting finessed. Like, where? Where am I getting played by those girls in the video? I'm telling you, there's no girl in there that got a lot of money out of this. Right? No money, no girl in there left with a lot of money. Most of the girls in there got mostly the vacation. Right? They got the vacation, and then they got money. They got money way less than they got from the vacation. The vacation costs way more. None of them left with a wad full of cash. All right. Now, did they make more money than they did on a weekend than you did at Jiffy Lube? Yeah. But why does that piss people off? Is the question. Let's get to some more chats and we'll get to Boyce. Adon Smash says it's funny seeing these old 304s call you a trick. And then the whole thing is like, oh, he don't know he tricking. It's like, I do. I kind of do. I kind of know that that's what I'm supposedly doing. It says right here, no government name. Can you explain why Western males hate men, hate freedom and want legacy, but don't want to boss up unless it's for everyone else, but for themselves? It seems men think they don't deserve freedom or nice things like solo vacations. And he says, why are Western males obsessed with genuine burning desire or a woman liking you? I don't have to do it because she likes me, but she accepts you sitting at home doing nothing, right? You're doing nothing for her, which is fine. Guys, if you want to do nothing with your life and sit at home with a woman that likes you, go for it. I'm never against that. I'm never against that. But what you're telling me is she accepts you doing nothing. Well, that's fine, but I don't accept me doing nothing. I don't care what that woman does with you, and she lets me just sit on the couch and do nothing. Okay, go for it. But I'm going to do something with my life. I'm going to do something like that. I'm not just going to live the same day over and over again. What do we got here? He says, when men are obsessed with women liking them, genuine burning desire, they don't want to boss up, and don't realize their value. Work ethic is not passed down, unlike personality and intelligence. It seems guys just want a mini something, a mini them that they can put their hopes on. So they want children, you're saying. Tony Ocasio, shout out to you. What's up, coach? These guys are ultimate hypocrites by saying a woman is a whore, but at the same time, they're condoning pimping, but prostitution is a no-no. He says, meanwhile, on the other side of the spectrum, prostitution is part of pimping. Hypocrisy, my brother. Like, I don't get it. Like, the guys that had a problem with it literally are the biggest hypocrites. You're saying women are whores, but then you say, I get women for free. You're a trick. You're paid, but I'm supposed to be out here hooking up with all these women, and I'm getting it in a way you had to pay for it. And then say all these women are ran through and prostitutes. Like, it is so weird. It is so weird that these men expose themselves as the hypocrites ultimately. Because I'm saying I'm just going to live free and then get the women how I get them. Now, not all women I do mahi-mahi with, just so you guys know. A lot of people just insinuate that, oh, he has to pay for all women. Like, no, I don't. That's not the case. But you can go ahead and live with that. I can't argue you. You guys want it to be that way. But you guys are hypocrites by saying and promoting hookup culture, and you're giving nothing into women, but then criticize them for being women, and then criticize them for being whores. And at the same time, what you also do is you say that you want women to prostitute themselves because you're a P, but you don't want a guy to pay. Wouldn't if you were a real P, wouldn't you send every woman that you pimp to my DMs? Wouldn't that be a smart business, Mr. Pimp? See, that I don't get it. If you're so pimp, why don't y'all have all y'all hoes flood the comment section, flood my DMs? Because all of them would get paid and you would get paid. Obviously, if I'm a trick, if I'm such a big trick and you're such a big pimp, why don't you have your hoes flood my comment section and y'all will literally eat off my plate? But here's the reality. None of y'all are pimps. You just follow pimp ideology and street rules that don't benefit you. Right? Okay, so it's a lot of hypocrisy going out here. There's a lot of hypocrisy. Old hoes, old skeezers, and old sugar babies out here commenting on my page. Divorcees, fat bitches. Like it was interesting to see, nonetheless. No government aim. I told a married Western guy, why would I have kids and a wife when I can just be a sugar daddy and a mentor to a few young people from the next generation that want to boss up when I get older without the stress of fatherhood? He got mad. Yep. Again, shame, insults, guilt need to be right. There was a lot of that in the comment section. But, you know, for me, it doesn't stop. That don't stop me from doing what I do. It don't stop me at all. I'm going to keep going. And guys, you're not going to stop men from tricking. I'm in the Philippines. And when I touch down, bro, they out here tricking. All right. Older white guys. They don't give a fuck about whatever y'all thinking about. I seen an older white dude. He was in his 50s, mid 50s. He had a 20-year-old baddie ass Filipina that I've seen before. I've either seen her on the internet or I've seen her here in Manila. I've seen her out here before. He had a baddie. All right. And he was an old white dude. He was in good shape too. He was in good shape. She was in good shape too. She had a shape. She was more curvaceous than I would go for here in the Philippines. But he had a baddie with her up at the rooftop bar. And there was a bunch of people up in there tricking. All right. They had a little date. All right. It was on like Donkey Kong. All right. We got Adrian Paul says, shout out to you, coach. It's great. Been great seeing you travel, just paying my dues. I have to mention that I watch Aaron Clary for years now and he consistently shouts me out for the peace, quiet, and freedom. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Safe travels home. Thank you, Adrian Paul. Okay, we got a couple people here. Maryland guy, late over there in Maryland. He says, what's up, coach? The Manila Thriller. Did you hear that Wes Watkins, what he recently did? It's unbelievable. He's going to prison for decades. Maybe a segment on Crime and Law CGA. I'll try to cover Wes Watkins. But unfortunately, a lot of stuff that I want to cover, I kind of want to cover it in studio so I can clip it. So I might miss it. Shout out to our brother here. It is Jacob says, where would you rank Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, and Thailand as long-term living? All right. I would not live in Thailand. I would not live in Vietnam long-term or Cambodia at all. I would definitely consider living in Thailand, but I think I would just get lost in the sauce. All right. So I would just keep that as a vacation trip, and Philippines is where I would live. All right. That's where I would rank it. You don't have to rank it like that, but that's where I would rank it. All right. Philippines is more stable for life. Thailand would be just too distracting. It would be too much partying and shit like that. All right, too much going on. Bangkok and Pattaya, just too much going on. I would be distracted and run out of money. I'm trying to get to these super chats here. All right, shout out to our brother here. It is, let me see here. Shout out to James E. Cornett. Shout out to you, brother. And he says, I never catch your live due to my work schedule. Just saw your latest IG post and followed you. Haters are mad, but they're never there to save you when you get in divorce. Great. I'm 33, just started touching 60K a month, 100K a month incoming, free agent lifestyle for life. Shout out to James E. And that's a sponsorship. Shout out to you, man. That's our brother from another mother over there in the Desert Storm area. And he knows that lifestyle that we live. We know we're closely related as brothers. But shout out to you for getting your money up. I would love to hear and see that you bossing up out there. And dude, they out there mad. But then when you get married and divorced, they are nowhere to be seen. That's what I want you to know. And that's what Boyce Watkins and the people that want to agree with Boyce, guys, they're not there to save you. When your wife divorces you, they're going to be crickets. They'll be blaming you. They ain't going to be there to save you when you get divorced. But they want you to get married and fall on the sword and be a utility. Okay, they hate it. Shout out to Dark Side Foundation says, salute coach. They hate to see men with leverage and options. Exercise them unapologetically. Boyce Watkins has a scarcity mindset and he got triggered. Free agent lifestyle for life. Shout out to our brother here. It is Ron F. Says it's a content creator by the name of something who does cooking content. His name is King N. He recently announced in a video that he's getting a divorce after wearing an apron in a cooking video that reads, I'm not the stepdad. I'm the one that stepped up. So King Naftali is his name. He does cooking content. He's getting a divorce. Guess what? Nobody's going to be there to save his motherfucking ass. But of course, he's a stepdad. He's a stepdad, but he getting torn up out here. We got a couple of cash apps. It's Rick Martell, Lamar in the building. Shout out to the coach gang. The dictator says, we live at midnight. Yes, we are. And right now it's 1 p.m. It's 1 in the afternoon here in the Philippines. No government name says, keep pissing them bitches off. Shout out to Hustle Callie West, who alerted me about this. I just jumped on my YouTube. I was going to take a nap because I got some work coming in here later, and I had some work leaving this morning. And Callie West, I jumped on YouTube, and Callie West was talking about Boyce Watkins going in on me. Callie West says French toast props due to the king of masculinity. We're bringing it back, all right? The return of masculinity, all right? And people hate masculine men. They want men to be servants, which is fine. But I'm a servant to these young girls, okay? Ecclesiastically. Shout out to Hustle Every Day says, if I paid for a good time, it's not tricking. Free agent lifestyle for life. Like, one in there showed me that I was tricking. I mean, meaning that, like, I know they have a problem with tricking, but I was like, I literally have the time of my life. Okay. Eric Scott Sermon, shout out to you. And Paris Francais says, just showing support, free agent lifestyle for life. See, the free agent lifestyle message was good. It's solid. It's great. But what's going to make it greater is showing this part of it. Now, some dudes are going to jump off and go, well, I don't want to trick. Okay, or I don't know. Or they don't want to pay. They want women to generally like them. They want to get women for free and participate in hookup culture. I get that. Listen, go for it. That could be a lane for you. We're going to tell you where the problems is with that. Just like there's problems in the lifestyle that I live. There's no solutions. There's only trade-offs. For this part of my life, it's fine. Is this going to be something that I do for the rest of my life? Meaning that I, date younger women and travel around the world? All right, who knows? But there was a lot of scarcity mindset in there. And we're going to start with this as the main event. Let's do it. Let's do the main event. All right, we're going to set this up because Boyce Watkins is probably the loudest voice of what I call the simp enforcers. And Boyce Watkins, if you're in here, you can go ahead and tee your camera up and get in there and wipe the crust off your eyes and comb that patchy ass beard that you got on your face. And let me know in the comment section that you want to come up in here by submitting a support over on Ko-Fi. That link is at the top of the description box. Go ahead and throw $5 of your Tulsa fund over in there. All right. Throw your $5 in there and comb that patchy ass beard. Get your motherfucking ass up there. You bald headed ass nigga. All right. I'm bald head too, but nigga, you got the George Jefferson still. You crazy as hell. All right. But Boyce Watkins, the king of what we would call, oh, did I have the comments teed up? I did have the king of the simp enforcers, the broke financier, has this to say about the post that I went viral on over on Instagram. There he is right there. And again, unfortunately, like I said, for people who are just joining me, I kind of regret that this is how I got attention. This was not my goal. All right. But this is kind of how I saw things going. And I've been talking about doing this for a long time. I wanted the free agent lifestyle to stand on its own. I wanted people to see me traveling by myself and that'd be fine, which it was fine up until a certain point. It was going viral, but never this viral, this fast. All right. I've only had like 3 viral videos over a 24-hour period go crazy and my followers go crazy. Okay. But I wanted the message to stand for itself, and it wasn't enough because people like drama. People like Mickey Mouse shit. They like, they like the regular, they like when a guy, men want to see you with women at the end of the day. Men want to see you with proof. Now, the video that I showed you, there were not any ugly bitches in there. Now, there were some average girls in there? Yeah, but the problem was there was a lot of attractive women in there. There weren't a lot of loser bitches in there. There were women in shape. There were most women were in shape in that video. There were a couple women that were not in shape, if you will, but they weren't fat and obese. There were not a lot of poor, obese women. There were not a lot of so-called thick women. All of these women were young and in shape. And that triggers people because they want you to be with slump busters. They wanted me at the end to show me out here. And then I put the women up and y'all be like, oh, them bitches all 4s. There were no pogs in there. All right, there was one thick Filipina and one thick girl that was in Panama, but her friend was very thin and in shape and young. So there were a couple of sisters in there, so they couldn't be okay, you don't date black women, which is funny. Y'all don't want me to trick on black women? Like these good black women that you saw on the screen, none of them were slump busters. They were good, attractive black women. Y'all didn't want me to take her out and have a good time? Okay. And all the black women you seen in the video were having a good time. All right. One was at a boxing match. I think one was at a Vegas pool party. And when we're out, let me tell you, bro, when we're out, we're stopping traffic. Anytime I'm out with any of these women, everybody literally be stopping and they come up and compliment us. You guys look great together. You guys are gorgeous. You're a great pair, especially with the black women. When I'm with those black women, people stop us. They like, God dang, y'all a good looking couple. And I got the beard and they're like, you're handsome and she's gorgeous. You guys great together. But on the internet, hate. Hate. So here it is. Boyce Watkins, who, by the way, sorry, I'm going to get to it. Boyce Watkins has been on the internet for 15 or 20 years. He's been on YouTube for a long time. I don't know what his channels are, but I would say they were 500,000 subscribers and all of that stuff. Okay. He notoriously has been a single guy. I believe up until 5 years ago, he was not married. Okay. But he's been talking about building the black community. He's one of these Philadelphia black niggas who thinks they're going to rebuild the black community and has all of these pipe dreams for the black community, right? Which is, it's not a message for me. I tell you in my Free Agent Lifestyle book, chapter 3, don't box yourself in. You got to leave the black community. All right. There's no sense in building up the black community with this fucking mindset that you got to just fall on the sword for these NBs. All right. That then threw their lives away and you got to be a stepdaddy. So he's been on the internet for all this time saying about building the black community. So he ultimately gets engaged and married to a woman he knew 20 years prior in her youth when she was in her 20s. He apparently probably went to college with her. And she was, I think, married and had kids along the way that he knew her, AKA he was in the friend zone. He wanted to date her. Then there was a cringy video of him proposing to her with Skittles or Starbursts. We all covered this many years, and Minister Jack went in on him. So he ends up proposing to her 6 or 7 years ago. They get married, and their wedding pictures are shown, and he looks weird in his wedding pictures, right? Like the dynamic is off. Even the dynamic in his proposal video is completely off, right? She was like, oh, Boyce, he got a fanny pack. I mean, you big dummy. He looking weird as fuck. All right, but let me see if we can see here. And people have been calling him out. I believe even the basketball player who calls himself the Bus, Kwame Brown, goes in on Boyce. But let me see if I can pull up the wedding pics of him and Boyce. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Right here. Somebody has broken this down with body language. Yeah, last call wedding. You know, she's a last ditch effort buzzer beater. So this is right here. Don't be this guy, be this guy. Relax smile, closed frame, arms on the small of the back. All right. That's Willie D, by the way, the rapper formerly of the Ghetto Boys. All right, let a hoe be a hoe, Willie D said. Maybe he said it, or maybe another Willie D said it. And this is Boyce Watkins' wife. At their wedding, Boyce Watkins is separated from his wife. Arm around the shoulder, nigga. Wow. I mean, this is his wedding day, y'all. Willie D, former rapper, and he's also a podcaster, if you will. She's closed in on Willie D. Like, what? You big dummy. I mean, this is the guy you're going to hear from in my comment section, bro. This is the humanity. She's standing closer to Willie D. And Boyce got arm on her shoulder, around her neck. I mean, this is crazy. And look at his smile, big, goofy Kool-Aid smile, not relaxed. All right, suit all disheveled. He looked like the Penguin in Batman, or the Batman. Body out of shape. Willie D, strong shoulders, chest out, stomach in. Look at this nigga. He looked pregnant. This nigga, look at how he looking, man. Patchy beard, open frame. I mean, he looked all messed up here, bro. This is all a mess. This is a mess. Oh, the humanity. How are you? I've never put my arm around a woman's neck. I can't imagine me doing this and taking the picture. All right, let's take a picture. This is what you do with your buddies, nigga. This is what you do with your buddy. And this is why I don't believe in men and women being friends. Because if I got to take a picture with a woman and I got to put my arm around her fucking neck, nigga, oh man, I don't want to be her friend. I don't want to be her friend. But this is on your wedding day. This is on your wedding day, boys. Save the black community. And this woman right here, although I would say she's an attractive black woman, she old for me, bro. I mean, I'd rather trick on 20-year-old women all day than to marry this. All right, listen, now, if I would take this shit to the woodshed one time, okay, I beat the brakes off of this one time, and I have her fiending for this. But listen, she a married woman, so I don't talk about married women, neither do I fuck them. So I don't pride myself on taking another woman from a man, which these guys do, which is weird. Another weird thing about these so-called players is that they're never good getting women. They always brag about getting another guy's woman. They're always like, they have like the black community has a cuck fantasy that is weird. You worry about what the woman I paid for does with another man, cuck fantasy. That's homoerotic fantasy. Then you worry about, then you're out here trying to take another woman from another man and bragging about it. Cuck fantasy. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all some weirdos out here. Y'all have a weird fantasy. Meanwhile, I'm over here having fun with a regular woman and then going, all right, have a nice life. Here's some money in your pocket, and I don't care what she does. I don't care who she does or what she does with her life. The deal is over. I don't care. I don't think about what she does with other men. All right. As long as he ain't in the room with me, I don't care. Okay. So you men have a weird fascination with thinking about another man with another woman. I never think about that. In my recent history, I don't think about shit like that. Like, it don't matter. Like, I know the woman was with someone before me. Mathematically, statistically, any woman that I was with probably was with another man within 24 hours to 2 weeks. I'm pretty much know that. Then after I'm with them, within the next 24 hours to 2 weeks, she's probably with another guy. I don't care. Because here's the funny thing about it. Any woman that you see me with in that video, I probably was with another woman within 24 hours myself. So I can't be a hypocrite and call her out for that behavior when impossibly I was engaged in that same behavior. Not only that, you would probably engage in that same behavior too. So why are you worried about it when you should be worried about maybe doing something with your life, the next woman you're going to be with, next batter up, next job application, next trip, next vacation? By the time a woman gets home from a trip that I done paid for her to have fun, I've already been with another girl. And I'm like, oh, hi, I've been with another girl already. Not bragging about it, but that's kind of how I live. Whether she's with another guy when she lands means nothing to me. Sometimes I think she's with another guy before I can get with another girl. Does that bother me? Not all the way, no. I mean, they're probably like, yeah, okay, that's crazy, but who cares? Like, I'm like, there's nothing I could do about it. But more than likely, if you're engaged in this type of lifestyle, when you're with women, you're probably engaging in that. Now, when you're with your wife, there could be a chance she's engaging in that too. In fact, there could be a chance that there's 20 to 30% of men that are married right now that the last man your wife fucked was not you. Now, people gonna get mad at that and say, well, maybe not. But this picture tells the story. Okay? You're married to a woman. You haven't had sex with your wife in 3 to 4 days, maybe a week. You are not the last motherfucking man your wife has fucked. And this is true. Not only that, men who talk about pimps and players, you're talking about what's pimp and what's not. You're saying what I'm doing is not pimp. Well, obviously it's not. It's tricking. But the funny thing is, a real pimp has a stomach enough to know that the last man that she was with, the last 8 men that she was with was not him, P. That's how a pimp should roll. But what these guys are not is they're actually perpetrating pimps. They're simps. They're Captain Saberhoes. If you were a real pimp, you wouldn't mind that your woman was with a trick like me. That would be good for your business. That would be great for your business to send all your stable of hoes CGA's way. Wouldn't that be great for business? Business would be booming. If you see CGA promoting that lifestyle, business would be booming. But it obviously ain't, because you guys want women all to yourself. And then you can't imagine she's with another man. These women are with other men. Your wife is with other men. Yep, my man said, I would be supreme clientele. If you was a real P, you would be enjoying a trick like me. You would be sending your hoes to Las Vegas and lining them up. If you was a real P, you wouldn't find my lifestyle appalling. You would find it appealing if you was a real P. But these guys aren't real Ps. They're literally Captain Saberhoes. They literally care about women. They got a heart for a woman. They want to possess women. They want to control women. They're simps. They're simps. Okay. And they got no hoes. They turn no pimp dollars out here. And they don't got the stomach. So it's weird. It's weird, the behavior that they're participating in, calling me a trick. And tricking is the worst thing you could do. But if you was a real P, you would send hoes my way. He an easy target. Coach an easy lick. You would get your hoes, you'd be toodaloo. You would get your whole roster and send them to Las Vegas, Nevada. And turn a pimp dollar. But y'all not pimps. Y'all really are simps. Y'all really are simps perpetrating as pimps. All right, so here we go right here. Boyce Watkins is the person here that we're going to hear about here. And we have Claudia Jordan in my comment section. What Boyce Watkins has to say. And by the way, and if you hear a beep, that's my DMs going off because people are subscribing and following me like crazy over on Instagram. I'm getting massive engagement with this post. Dr. Boyce Finance says, brothers, be careful about constantly chasing dopamine. Science shows that this eventually leads to burnout and feeling of emptiness in your life. That's why Deion Sanders wanted to take his own life, even though he had all the money and all the girls. A man is happy if he's living in some kind of purpose and not just chasing random vagina. Wow. Wow, Boyce. That is crazy. Number one, let's even break down what he's talking about here. Constantly chasing dopamine. Now, the video that you saw, let's go ahead and just come out for a second. This video that you saw was me over a period of a year and a half, maybe. This isn't all like one after the other. All right. Some of these were in May of 2025. Some of these were in November of 2024. Okay. somewhere in March of 2025, somewhere in December of 2025, somewhere in January of 2026. This wasn't all like in a week. This wasn't all in a. I did shit in the middle of this, right? I actually lived a life. I worked. I put my kid through college. I drove my kid to college and unpacked. You know what I mean? Like I literally was doing regular life. It wasn't like I do this every night. All right. And I got to have a new girl. All right. Sometimes I could not have a girl for the night. So this was look, it's football season. I'm in football season right now. This was literally over a period of a year and a half. So this was a compilation of some things going on here. Okay. So that's number one. So the idea of constantly chasing dopamine, I don't know what you're talking about here. I wasn't chasing anything. I did go on vacation. And when I go on vacation, I do talk to girls and see girls and I make arrangements with girls. Now, he says science shows this eventually leads to burnout and feeling of emptiness in your life. Now, Boyce, if you're watching, and for people who are watching and don't know, I was previously married. So what you're saying at the end of what I should do is have purpose. What you're saying is I should be settled down and married. Well, Boyce, I was settled down and married and divorced. I almost had a 10-year marriage. It was almost 10 years. Like it was almost literally 9 years. But by the time we got fully divorced and signed off, it was at the 10 and a half year, 11-year mark. So the marriage was still technically on, but the clock had stopped. The clock had started at like right at year 9. I produced 2 children. Both of them are legal adults. And no, I don't care if they participate in this lifestyle. It doesn't bother me. All right. They're adults. They can make their own decision. So since I've already done that, the whole point is, why would I do it again when I can do this? I've already done that, sir. And by the way, I was burnt out of marriage and nothing made me feel emptiness in my life than going through a divorce. That's the point I was going to make. The most empty and lonely I ever felt and the most hopeless I ever felt was going through a divorce and constantly getting taken back to court for 10 years and 12 years after the divorce, going to child support and ex parte hearings and hiring lawyers. So for people who want to know about tricking, I literally went homeless and I paid excess and lost hundreds of thousands of dollars based on my marriage. Lost good, close relationships and friendships when they left me on my own and left me lonely during my divorce. So I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to get custody of my kids. I literally just recently spent $50,000 to get custody of my son when he was 17 because my ex-wife did not want him to live with me because I moved to Las Vegas. Then I won the case and only lived with him a year, but I sent him to the University of Oregon. He's now a freshman there. I got him there when he was going to go to community college with his mom. She had no plans for him. I had to spend $50,000 because he wanted to move 2 years prior. And I literally had to fight the court system, spend 50 grand, give her $22,000. And y'all talking about tricking? You talking about these women getting a couple of $500? Okay. These women getting chicken wings and drinks. You talking about chicken wings and drinks? These girls got chicken wings and tequila shots. I spent $50,000 the year before I did this on a child custody case for no reason at all. No reason. My ex could have just literally been like, go live with your father. He's got a better plan. He's got more money. No, she was just trying to get more money for me by keeping him away from me. Okay. But you talking about this, I'm tricking right here. All right. This woman she's Filipina. All right. I can guarantee you she didn't get more than 300 Filipino dollars and she stayed with me for 3 days. 3 days. I'm talking about waxing that ass like rain dance, right? She was getting beans and motherfucking street food and drinks. And I took her to the dispensary in Thailand. Like we're not talking about she came away with a lot of money, bro, in the grand scheme of things. Okay, let me see who the next person here. All right, this woman really she came up. All right, but she's Russian chick that lives in London. All right, this woman did well for herself too. All right, let me see here. This woman from Costa Rica got nothing, bro. That woman from Costa Rica might have got $100 US, and I hung out with her for 3 days in Costa Rica, and she came home with $100. What? So them women ain't got a lot of money, bro. She got to go on a goddamn excursion and got $100, and I hung out with her for 3 days. Okay. This woman got to ride in a Porsche. She did well for herself. This woman got no money, but she went on 2 vacations with me. I think it was one time her birthday, and I rained $500 in ones on her in my bedroom. This woman didn't get much money from me, like in her pocket. Much of it was she flew into town twice, and then I flew her to a holiday, but she never got paid. Like, she never literally got paid for being there. But one of the trips she came, it was her birthday weekend, and then I had $5 in singles because we came from the strip club. So I took her to the strip club in Vegas. We came from the strip club. I had dollars. And then I was like, it's your birthday. And then I rained dollars on the bed, singles. And guess what I did with her on the bed, with the bed covered in singles. She didn't give no money. I didn't pay her for sex. But trust me, but she was cool as a motherfucker. All right. We don't talk anymore, but it is what it is. This woman did well for herself, but she lives in Las Vegas. All right, I'll say she did well. This woman got very little. All right, she didn't get nothing, obviously. This woman is a Colombian chick. We talking about 100. I took her. We was on vacation twice. I went to Colombia, kicked it with her. Then I went to Colombia again, hung out with her. She didn't get that much money. I would say probably on the 2 times we went together. We went to San Andreas, so I paid for her ticket to go from Medellin to San Andreas. That was $150. Then she stayed in a hotel that I stayed in. So it wasn't her cost of the hotel. That was the hotel that I stayed in. All the little shit that we did. And she probably got $500 over the whole time. Those both times that I was there. We're not talking about a lot of money. Okay. We're not talking about a lot of money was given for this type of thing. This woman probably did very well for herself. We're not talking about a lot of money. Under a couple thousand. All right. These girls got drinks and chicken wings. Right? Drinks and chicken wings. I mean, there's Wasabi Baby. She did well for herself in the recent trip. That girl got $100, $75. Right? These girls got tips. Right? Tips. These girls got nothing. All right. There's no tricking going on at all. This girl got nothing. $0. This girl got nothing, $0, but the girls around her, there was 1 or 2 girls around her that got something. All right, but we're talking about less than $300 US. That girl, well, she did the best. Unfortunately, I don't want to talk about her. All right, she did the best because I was with her for 3 years. All right, I was with her for 3 years. So it is what it is. So when people are saying there's tricking going on and he paying all this money and these girls them girls didn't get much. I'm just letting you know. And I'm being honest with you. The one that got the most was the last one you saw, and because I was with her for 3 years. So she was the most, what I call a regular in tier 3. She was a tier 2. For people who know, she was a tier 2. I'm looking at this. And she was a freak too. All right. She was a freak. I kind of would like to be with her again, but just in the bedroom. These women got nothing, right? $0. This woman did decently but again, she went from London to Amsterdam to Las Vegas. She probably made a good bag, all right, but not enough to live off of. These girls got very little for Panama. I'm gonna tell you, man. I mean, for me, that was nothing for that threesome. All right, but we talking about a couple of $100. But every time I go to Panama, I see them. So I've been to 3 trips to Panama. I saw them on all 3 trips. All right. But the one girl that you see in the video, she brought me 3 other girls. Okay. 3 other girls. And she would be laying in the bed and let me do my business with the other girl. I mean, if they want to make it seem like I was just getting gutted out here by these women. These women was out here just finessing me, and they was just tricking me, and I didn't know what was going on. No. No. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. But that's what people want to believe, and I can't make them believe otherwise. In their mind, they think I'm losing. And then let's go back to Boyce Watkins. Let's go back to Boyce Watkins and what he had to say, and then we'll do Claudia Jordan. He said, "Don't, yeah, look, this is how dudes think. Them girls are all rich and retired on CGA, and he done messed up the game. And there was a guy fucking her for free when they got home. Probably, I don't care. Probably not. All right, probably not. Or another guy got her for $300. I don't know. But here we go. Here it says right here. Now he goes in emptiness in life. Again, I felt the most emptiness I felt was when I was getting divorced and getting taken back to court and spending money on lawyers and fighting for custody and fighting for, you know, that's when I felt empty, guys. Not this. This doesn't make me feel empty. And it says that's why Deion Sanders wanted to take his life. Okay, so now we got this. Okay, a complete fear tactic. Now we throw in Deion Sanders wanting to take his life, even though he had all the money and the girls. Unbelievable. Okay. Now, watch this, boys. That's what Deion Sanders says. But do you know that Deion Sanders went through 2 bitter divorces? Do you know that Deion Sanders was cheating on his wives? Okay, we gonna leave that part out. Deion Sanders was committing affairs. Now, let me just say this. I didn't get caught committing affairs on my wife. Deion Sanders was cheating on his wife openly, putting them through hell, and he went through 2 bitter divorces. That's what was causing him his motherfucking pain and trauma, to the point now he's 60, running around here with a younger woman who's in her 40s, who is a 304, literally known pass around industry 304. Is he tricking on this new girl, Karuchi? Is he paying all Karuchi's bills? Because if that's the case, what is he doing differently than I'm doing? Because I'm pretty sure he's supporting and paying for Karuchi's lifestyle. Karuchi trying to marry this motherfucker, and he about to marry this old reformed skeezer like y'all want me to do. Are you supporting Chris Brown? Are you supporting Deion Sanders and Karuchi getting married? Because if that's the case, I refuse to participate in that lifestyle. I'm not going to do that. Deion Sanders is a cheater. He's a liar. And I love primetime Deion Sanders as a player. I kind of like him as a coach, although I'm not really don't like him that much as a coach. I love him as a player. I love him as a persona. But as a person, I don't have much respect for Deion Sanders. So to throw Deion Sanders in there, as I'm supposed to be like, oh, wow, Deion was going to kill himself because he was out here, got money and hoes. He also was a fucking cheater. He cheated on all of his wives. And he went through 2 bitter divorces, ended up having to fight for custody of his kids with Pilar, all the way up until the point where he walked them across the field, and he didn't even want to see his fucking ex-wife. He didn't even want to talk to her. So you're comparing me to Deion Sanders is bullshit. To say I'm supposed to take my life at the end of this because of the emptiness? No. And he want to marry an old reformed 304. You don't see me out here marrying 304s. You don't see me out here marrying old reformed thoughts and skeezers like Claudia Jordan and Karuchi. And you're going to pat Deion Sanders on the back for fucking marrying Karuchi? Chris Brown's old goddamn work? Like, this is silly, bro. Y'all silly as a motherfucker. Throwing Deion Sanders he tried to take his own life for the lifestyle I'm living. No, it ain't the same lifestyle that I was living. Deion Sanders was married, cheating on his wife at the White House with Michael Irvin and them. This is all documented. Doing hella drugs. Yes, doing drugs at this fucking house. I don't do drugs. You left that part out. Deion Sanders was a coke head, allegedly. But now he's supposed to be this Christian out here having premarital sex with Karuchi with one fucking 3 toes and 1 foot. Like, bruh, I don't want to hear this bullshit. He probably was doing pageantry maggot shit too, because look, once you're doing drugs and participating with prostitutes, which they were doing, you left that part out. It wasn't money and sex. He was paying prostitutes. Yes, they were paying prostitutes around Dallas to come to these fucking houses to do coke and have sex and orgies. All right, you left that part out too. Well, am I paying prostitutes? Well, that's what y'all think I'm doing, but it ain't really like that. I mean, listen, what prostitutes want to be video recorded? All right, but anyway, but now he wants to come out here complaining that he wants to come out here and act like he's a Christian. But you guys know what I think about these goddamn lukewarm Christians. And he has videos where he's dressing like a woman, so he might be confused about his sexuality. So there might be a whole bunch of shit. You know, these guys that are confused about their sexuality also want to take their lives. All right, so it is what it is. So do not throw Deion Sanders in here, taking his life in here because I don't do drugs. I don't do coke. I don't do drugs at all. I am drugs. Right? I'm enough drugs by myself. All right, I get high off life in CGA, pause. But I don't need drugs and hookers to get through life. I do need some young skeezers. But you want to throw Deion Sanders in here as if he relates to me. And it says, even though he had all the money and the girls. Okay. Then he said, a man is happy if he's living in some kind of purpose. First of all, like I said, Boyce, I was previously married. I've already lived that life. I would never live that life again. That was the purpose of the post. There's no woman that will make me choose to live that life ever again. I've already done it. I paid my debts to society. I don't need that anymore. I don't have a fear of growing old and dying by myself. It'll be the most miserable 2 fucking weeks, me out here trying to die by myself. Then I'll be dead. Fuck it. All right, who cares? I don't fear dying. I live the good life. I don't fear this mindset of being lonely. I don't have this shit. And if I ever get to that point where I'm lonely, crippled, and crazy, well, that's going to be more your problem than mine, because I probably will still be trying to go live. All right, ruining my whole reputation and providing y'all with a source of entertainment, being with dementia, pressing the fucking live button. All right, I would need to pay a Filipino nurse top dollar to prevent me from going live with dementia, because I will. Doing the same motherfucking live stream I did yesterday. All right, so that's what y'all better hope happens. Y'all better hope happens for y'all own fucking source. All right, he by himself. All right, the biggest threat to him is fucking pressing the live button, his old ass. All right, and I'm gonna be out here. They go, all right, let's talk about Boyce Watkins. All right, the nigga, you gonna be dead by that point. All right, so me fucking a nurse on live. All right, bring my Filipino nurse here trying to fuck her with dementia. All right, watch, I'm gonna get this pussy for free. I pay for it. All right. All right, watching me try to fuck my Filipino nurse on screen live on the internet. That's gonna be source of entertainment. All right, I'm gonna get banned. All right, I'm gonna go viral. That's the fucking thing y'all gonna get. Shit. Yeah, I'm drinking a cup of cognac, smoking a cigar, trying to get this 22-year-old nurse to pull her panties down on the screen. All right, that might be probably the worst you're gonna get of me. It's gonna be the craziest 2 weeks you ever done seen. All right, but here it is right here. Men should be living some kind of purpose. Already did. I also live a purpose now. What you're seeing is a purpose-driven life. I have kids. I've achieved that. I'm close with my son, very, very close with him. We talk every day. I've done the family thing. I have family videos and family photos, a family book of shit. I done went to Disneyland with my kids. I done took my kids out of the country. We traveled. I done traveled with my kids through the car, bus, plane, hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. I done had parties, birthday parties, and all that shit. Yep, I played house. I've done all of that, man. Been there, done that, got the receipts, got the motherfucking bullet and stab wounds associated with that. What more do I need to do with that? And here's the thing that Mr. O with the info in Cali West and all the brothers that was watching Cali West was talking about. What they want me to do, which I'll never do. Like, I don't like being a stepdad. I mess with women who have kids, but I always say, I will never be a part of your kid's life. All right, because I'm never going to be a stepdad. Now, you can be a stepdaddy if you want, but not me. I don't give a fuck about anybody else's kids. By the way, just so you guys know, I'm not a selfish person. I coached hundreds of kids for 20 plus years, coaching high school, junior high school, and college basketball. I've given over 50 kids scholarships to universities, meaning they never had to pay a dime. Over 50 kids I personally recruited to universities and gave them free education and scholarships. Me. For 20 years. That was my purpose at that point in my life. So while y'all was out there playing hoes and doing all of this, at 22 years old, I'm a high school varsity basketball coach. At 25-year-old, I'm a Division I top assistant recruiting coordinator. At 32, I'm a Division II head coach. So while y'all was out here playing hoes and having fun, I was coaching young women and mentoring them and giving them scholarships and living a right life, living life right by the book in the Matrix, getting married and having kids and having families. Now that my kids are older, now that my kids are in college, now that I'm not married no more, I can do what the fuck I want to do. I don't have to be chained to that fucking desk no more. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm retired, nigga. I'm retired from that life. I earned this part of my life. I was engaged by 26, married by 28, divorced by 36, 2 kids by 36. So what I'm not going to do is raise somebody else's fucking kids. I did that. What I'm not going to do and what I won't do is be a step granddaddy. Now, being a stepdaddy is bad enough. But to think that at age 50, I'm going to be a goddamn step granddaddy in the next years of my life is appalling. Type step granddaddy in the chat. Type step granddaddy in the chat. Now, being a stepdaddy to me is dumb, but I can give it somewhat of a pass if you're codependent and lonely. But I'm not that guy. But being a goddamn step granddaddy seems to be literally against the genetic purpose of a man. You're talking about Boyce Watkins telling me to live purpose? Being a step daddy sounds like a good fucking idea. Well, it's a good idea for you, nigga, but I'll never be a step granddaddy, which means in effect, I'll never marry a woman of my age or take her seriously or cohabitate with her who has adult kids and raise and be a part of raising kids that ain't motherfucking mine, meaning step grandkids that ain't mine. I'm not going to be on the motherfucking with kids coming to my house that aren't even in my bloodline, and I got them little kids on my knee while grandmama out here doing the book of the month club and the motherfucking mama's out here selling pussy. You ain't gonna get me to do that, nigga.
The real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem.
You ain't gonna get me to do that shit, bruh. You can't pay me to do that shit. I'll trick every goddamn day of my life. I'll pay for pussy every day of my life before I do that motherfucking shit.
The real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem.
Putting car seats in the G-Wagon for a step grandkid? Nigga, never.
The real problem is niggerism.
I will trick and buy pussy every day of my life before I do that. What? Is that the purpose you want me to live at 50, 51, 52, 55? Let me pay for pussy. I will pay top dollar for pussy. I'll pay $1,000 for a piece of pussy every day for a month before I do that goofy ass shit. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga.
That's the
step granddaddy, nigga. Step granddaddy, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit.
You'll see me out here buying the purest, uncut, rawest pieces of pussy you'll ever find on the goddamn earth. All right, before I be somebody's step granddaddy. Babysitting my stepkids, skeezer ski, nigga. What?
The real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem.
Because that's what I would be at 50. I would literally be a step granddaddy at 50. Like, I would be 5 years from being a step granddaddy. By dating and marrying, finding my purpose and settling down and finding happiness. That's what I would be in 5 years. Nigga, I'd rather be dead in 5 years than to be a step granddaddy, nigga, for 20 years. The fuck? I'd rather get hookers, nigga. What? I'd rather buy hookers and coke, nigga, and live an empty life before I live the empty life of being a step motherfucking granddaddy. I'm just telling you right now, I'd rather pay for 20-year-old pussy across the world, nigga, trick like a motherfucker, than to be out here at 50 with 2 years for being a step granddaddy, nigga. And let me tell you, bro, because there's a woman that I got in my rotation. She has several kids, all right? And they're all older, all right? None of them are younger than probably 18 or 17. Maybe they're all like 18, 19. Some of them are married. Some of them just are having kids. Let's just say I married her. Let's just say for the shits and giggles. She's about 47. She got started young, all right? She got married young and divorced a couple times. Let's just say I married her. Nigga, like, bro, and that's a woman I get with for free, so I don't trick on her at all, all right? She takes me out. She's one of these women that for some reason y'all find pride in the women paying you to go out. I don't find pride in that. That little money they got, they could keep that little money. I'd rather fuck with a 20-year-old than have a 40-year-old take me out. All right, so, but like I said, this woman is down for the cause. She knows I'll be with other women. She don't give a fuck. She kind of just wants to be a part of my life. I don't care if she fucks other guys. I really don't give a fuck. But let's say for shits and giggles, I married her. That woman's daughter just had a kid. Let's say if I married her, I would literally be a step grandfather, nigga. Today, a step granddaddy. Because let's say I married her and got a part of her life and lived her purpose, and then I would be literally a step granddaddy. And she has several daughters, and those kids are going to have kids in the next 5 to 10 years. I would literally be a step granddaddy. Nothing gives me more emptiness in life than being a step granddaddy. Nothing sounds more horrible than that, Boyce Watkins. Nothing sounds more shittier in life than Boyce to be a step. That's not purpose, nigga. That's not purpose. All right, look, we got a married woman right here. As a married woman, I love this. This man is having so much fun sending this to my husband. All right, shout out to the I can't pronounce that, whatever her name is. Shout out to her. Look at the support here. As a married man, I love this. Sorry. She says, as a married woman, I love this. This man is having so much fun sending this to my husband. All right. And you can see there was people supporting me. Shout out to Tristan Social. He's a known dating coach. He said, let's go, big dog. Shout out to him. He's also kind of a passport bro dating coach. Big Tank music. Look at Tank. Is that Tank, the musician, the R&B singer? Tank? Let's go. Freedom, he says. Shout out to Tank. All right, you guys know him. He's a love singer out there. Shout out to Tank. All right, we got celebrities in the building. We got right here, Boss Mode Unlocked. Shout out to y'all. Uncle Official Day M Drops. Shout out to you. Enjoy life, my brother, Mr. 6'8". Shout out to him. All right, we got some blue check marks in here in the building. All right, that's a woman right here. We got a brother here. Another ecclesiastical gray beard nigga. Shout out to him. Oh, this is one of the Silver Fox guys that I was talking about. Silver Fox guys. All right, so I got great support in here. This woman said, this is an empty life, filling the void that only keeps growing. Also, young man, please don't think this is true happiness. It only is a distraction from connection to your inner and higher self. Okay, now let's find the Claudia Jordan. Shout out to 50/50 Dad. All right, he's got a great Instagram page. Let's see Claudia Jordan. Somebody said, I see nothing wrong with this at all. I should make a video like this and show my exploits. Shout out to him. Yes, man. All you need is money and discipline. Yep. After me and my ex split, this is how my life was for a few years. Loved it. All right. But he says right here, he's scared of catching something. All right. Where's Claudia Jordan? He said, this woman said, this isn't a flex. It's a midlife crisis. See, I did a video on this about midlife crisis. When the guy starts living his own life for his own self, even after he fell on the sword, they call it a midlife crisis. Anytime a guy puts himself in front of everybody else, it's a midlife crisis. You're no longer resourceful and useful for them. So now they can't get it. So now it's a midlife crisis. All right. We talked about that. That's more of a scam. This woman says, live every day like it's no tomorrow. Shout out to these women. We got some women supporting in the building. There's Claudia Jordan, old skeezer. Claudia Jordan. So we had celebrities. I went viral. I crossed into the celebrity, into the normal path here. She said, with the laughing emoji. Now, guys, Claudia Jordan, an old skeezer. She an old 304. She an old pass around, and she's an old monetized dater. How old is Claudia Jordan? She got some fucking nerve, bro. And like I said, I'm sad that I went viral this way. This has not been my intent the entire time. All right, but this is what got people's attention. It is what it is. Claudia Jordan is 52, so she would be my age. Claudia Jordan, let me just say this ecclesiastically. I'm going to fuck the shit out of you. All right? Just as a trophy. So if you want to bring them old soggy biscuits over here, shout out to fucking the angry man, Claudia Jordan. If you want to bring them old soggy 52-year-old biscuits over here, I will pound your ass into submission. All right. I'm gonna just let you know you can come over here and get this deals, Nick. All right. I'll take a whole STD panel test as long as you take a panel test. You take an STD test. All right. I'll take an STD test. And then I'm gonna beat the brakes off of your goofy ass. All right, but that's all it's gonna be because you can be on the practice squad. All right, what we call this is practice. All right, but you ain't getting shit out of me. All right, you ain't getting a dime neither. I ain't paying you for shit. All right, just so you guys know. But I will beat the brakes off of these soggy biscuits. Ain't no shame in my game, Claudia. You can get folded up like a love letter from the second grade. I know you're gonna catch a hamstring cramp. But that's about it. You ain't getting tricked on. I ain't taking your old soggy old ass out for a date. None of that shit. I ain't parading you around because you've been there, done that. All right. It is what it is. You know what time it is. Talking about some what? Say what you want to say. Because what you want to say was, I used to be that bitch, but you ain't that bitch no more. All right. That's what you want to say, Claudia. And let me see if you don't respond to what I was saying here. Let me see, because I called her. Oh, look at her. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go right here. All right, look. Claudia Jordan had something to say. See, Claudia, let's be real. You want CGA to beat them brakes. You want a man like me, Claudia. Okay. She want next. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You see her. She want to get my attention. See, all right, Claudia, I see you. You want to get my attention. Next thing I'm about to jump in your DMs and let your ass come over here and ecclesiastically get this deals, Nick. All right. But let's see what you had to say. She want to play. Yep. She like to play. She won't be up. Batter up. Claudia Jordan wants some of this shit. Hollywood. Claudia Jordan wants some Hollywood CGA. All right. We go see what you talking about. I said, I did many videos on you. You're definitely not someone I would spend a dime on. You're way past your expiration date. And she said, oh, yuck, of course you did many videos on me. I'm popping and you are a fan. Oh, this bitch. She wanted some CGA. She wants some CGA. And she says right here, now, why would I ever let you spend a dime on me? You could never get that option anyway, so there's that. You do not look good to me. I like handsome, tall, muscular men, respected yet mature, classy men that don't do goofy, embarrassing shit like this online. This is thought behavior here. And to be your age, still trying to be a YN is hella suspect. You seem like the type that thinks the strippers have to tip really like you. Or the strippers you have to tip really like you, clown. Okay. Okay, you want to go back and forth, huh? You want to go back and forth, I see. Uh-huh. Ma'am, that message was too long. Yeah, she invested. And then she tries to say, I like tall, muscular. Baby, I got everything you need except for the tall part. But what I'm going to do is jump in them DMs and go back and forth with your ass, and you drop a little bird seed and see if what you want to talk about. All right, see what you want to put up or shut up around this mug. She all up in my page replying to me with that long ass shit. She want me to reply back to her motherfucking ass. Look at that, bro. Hey, man, should I get Claudia Jordan? Hey, what I'm gonna do, Claudia, for your ass is I'll give you some prime time. I'll give something to people. I'll give something for people to talk about. You with a real one like CGA. See, I've never seen you with a man that wanted to publicly put your ass on the internet. But what I'll do for you is I will put your ass on the internet. Should I get her? Press 1 in the chat if I should get Claudia Jordan's ass. Hollywood, you know she want me. Yeah, you know she want me. All right, I'm gonna bring her up. Yep, that punani wet. She ready to go. Press 1 in the chat if I need to go get this old skeezer. All right, I'll do you, baby. You can be on the practice squad. Put her ass on the team. I'm gonna put her ass on the team. I'll put you on the team. I'll do you a solid. I'm not that far away from you when I get to Las Vegas too, because I think you're in LA. I'll put your ass on the team. Let me do these super chats out here. Claudia, you can't get no super chats. Yeah, man. Oh my goodness. She gonna be leaving the whole thing like I done underestimated this man. All right, Claudia Jordan.
Did you eat that cat?
All right, she gonna be leaving like
your third leg was just phenomenal.
Man, Claudia Jordan in love with CGA. You seen it here first. All right, let me do these super chats, man. Thank you for the show. We're gonna leave y'all because I know it's well past midnight on the East Coast. Hustle Every Day says, never heard Jamaican Dexter say a woman paid his. All right. I don't know what that means, but shout out to you. But a Jamaican Dexter never talks about that, I'm pretty sure. Shout out to him. He just talks about free punani. All right. We got a guy here. We got a Mitch in here. How people listen to this man, went to poor countries, got hooker pregnant. Come on, bashing women. What hooker did I... Huh? Oh, he says how people listen like this man went to a poor country and got hookers pregnant. I don't know. I never got a hooker pregnant, so I don't know what you're talking about. All right. I don't know. I don't know if that was a support or not. Shout out to the dictator says, we had a step great dad. He says we had a step great granddad. All right. Goodness gracious.
It's barbecue in there.
Shout out to you. A step great granddad. A step great granddad. That's old nigga shit. Shout out to our brother here. It is no government name. Says thanks for the late show, coach. I have to jump on here, man. Cali West Miami. Show Cali West Miami some love because somebody broke it on locals, he said, but I haven't been paying attention. He broke the story on YouTube. Go to his channel, Cali West Miami. Put Claudia Jordan on that bench. She want to be on the team. She want to be on the team. Claudia Jordan, I'm going to reach out to you, all right, and getting them DMs. And you can try to expose me. She said, ew, yuck, please. She said she popping. You ain't popping nothing. I'm going to be popping you. All right, that's all that's going to be popping. And when I do it, I'll make you famous. Okay. Anyway, and the irony of it is she talking about I'm doing something immature. That's what you were doing with other men. And she ain't even got no man. Like, who's your man, Claudia Jordan? I bet you no man is claiming you right now. No man is claiming Claudia Jordan as their woman. All you are is a toss around. So I'll toss your ass around. Shout out to our brother David S. He says, Coach, I spent about $800 for a girl in Cali, Colombia for 7 days. She was with me. That's about 6 months worth of rent for her. Facts. And what did you do in those 7 days? I guarantee you, if you did a cost per nut analysis, if you did a cost per nut analysis, you got off very relatively well. Very relatively well. Shout out to our brother Cancer Email says, I love the Aliente Casino in Red Rock Casino. My son loves it. My daughter will tomorrow. Those are great places, man. He says, funny how fast after separation, I was able to get 3 on Tinder to roll through, order it up like DoorDash. Peace, quiet, and freedom. Hell, my children are enjoying the 5-star life. No headache. That means you're not traveling with your wife. All right, that's the headache you're avoiding. Shout out to Brandon says, my birthday is tomorrow, coach. Got to send some late night funds. Community wants you back on the plantation and on code. Continue to conquest, Lord Ling Arthur. Now, if I was such a bad guy, why would Claudia Jordan be in my comment section? Why would I have these celebrities? You had some R&B singers and some known industry content creators in my either supporting or having something to say. I'm not doing something bad. What he's saying is, and what many people are saying is, I'm not on the plantation. I'm a free man. Being free is a threat to the rest of the world. A free man is a threat. That's why they got to tell you the benefits of marriage. You benefit. Okay. They got to tell you it's beneficiary to you, and you know it's not beneficial to you. You're like, man, this seems like a risk. Oh, there's benefits to it. And you're like, what's the benefits? Well, the benefits seem to go to other people. Well, you'll make more money. It goes to other people. That money goes to my wife and several kids. Okay. You're happier. But see, the same people that will tell men they're happier in marriage will also tell women they're not happy in marriage. They're happier single. Now, how can it be? How can it be, ladies and gentlemen, that you will tell men that they will be happier as a result of marriage, but you will tell women they'll be happier single, and they're unhappy married? Which one is it? That's what I'm telling you, man. This is a whole psyops they're performing on you that I'm calling out the bullshit. So you want me to be happy in marriage and make a woman miserable? Is that what you're saying? This is crazy work that they got you doing out here. And they want you on the plantation. They'll tell you you'll be happier. They'll tell you you'll be in better health. Well, let me just break that down. You'll live longer. Well, you got to live longer when you're a servant to people. When these people depend on you, they'll make your ass live longer. She'll tell you to go to the doctor. She can't have you dying on her. And that's if you got life insurance. You got life insurance, she'll let your ass die. And don't be caught where she got to pull the plug on your motherfucking ass. Well, if you live longer, look, living longer don't mean you live better. Because look at Michael Jackson. It's sad that he died, but at age 50, he lived a million people's life in age 50. By 50, he lived a good motherfucking life. By 50. But there's a lot of people that don't live life after 50 at all. They're just a utility. So they're keeping you alive in order to benefit off of your ass. So living longer does, okay, let's say somebody has cancer and they live through cancer. They live long through cancer, suffering. But somebody gets cancer like the OnlyFans creator and dies by 43. All right, well, just because I live longer with cancer doesn't make it better. Right? I had to suffer every day. I mean, pissing blood and shit. Like, who wants to do that? So I suffered through a marriage, pissing blood, and with my wife waiting for me to die. And the whole idea that there's somebody going to be with you when you die, stop the cap. Stop the cap, guys. There's nobody going to be with you when you're dead. You're going to be the only one going in that fucking casket. They might visit you and change your bedpan or something like that. They might care for you, but dude, when people die, I'm in these seasons. I'm in the middle third quarter of my life. Guys, let me tell you what happens when I hear about when people die. They literally got people on a rotation coming in, coming out. People still go to work while you're in the motherfucking hospice laboring. When you're in the fucking hospital, when you have a live-in maid and a nurse, you know what they're doing? When you have a live-in maid and a live-in nurse and a caretaker and you're going back and forth to the hospital for appointments, it's great to have somebody there, carry your ass there and get your ass back. All right, but most people still work, right? They're still going to their job and they're coming in. Who's going to do this? They literally on a rotational schedule. Oh, I can't do it. I can't make it a granddad's this and I can't do that. I can't do it. You got to do it. Oh, I did it last week. They arguing over who needs to do the caretaking. Okay. They ain't going, man, we need to give him a peaceful go away ceremony. We need to give him the best years of his life. We need to hire some hookers to come pop his little meat off. We need to make sure he has this and that. We need to take his ass to Disneyland. We need to take him around the world and do this and that. We need to give him the best fucking last month of his life. No, they complaining. They complaining about what they got to do for your goofy ass as you dying. Then they chopping up all your goddamn benefits. Who gonna get that? Who gonna resell the house? How much am I gonna get when we resell granddad's house? How much life insurance we gonna get? How much the kids and the grandkids gonna get? That's all the fuck they doing. Don't ever think that they out here just bringing flowers to you every night at the fucking hospital. Now, you there getting lonely. You're gonna be lonely as a motherfucker, I'm telling you. But don't act like it's gonna be this beautiful fucking scene where they're reading out what they're gonna do with your legacy in life after you croak. They ain't fucking doing all that. Don't ever think that, but they'll portray it like that's what's fixing to happen. All right. And then you got to fucking fall on the sword and see if that happens. And then now you 85 sitting there like, God damn, they done sold me a fucking dream. Okay. They done sold me a dream, nigga. All right. Now I'm sitting here 85 and done all this shit and sacrifice. And they left me still here at the end of the goddamn day. Can't wait till I die. Then when you finally die, they send a text message. All right. The shit done happened. He done passed on. He done moved on to glory. All right. And everybody just want to know when the funeral is. When the funeral. When we gonna have a wake. When we gonna have a viewing. All right. I hope it ain't on the weekend. I'm supposed to go to Hawaii. Oh, I can't make it. I got a planned trip to Hawaii. Well, sorry, shit happens. I'll send some fucking flowers. How long will they mourn me? Let me tell you, man, I just had my grandma die, bro, and some people still talking about her dying. This was about 6 months ago, maybe 7 months ago. Some people done moved on with their lives. Nigga, they just like, all right, hey, she ain't coming back. Okay? So don't let them think that they're going to be there for you like that and singing your praises and talking about how they're going to carry on your legacy. They'll do that for grandmothers, but grandfathers, they don't do that shit for. I ain't going to see grandfather's funeral go like that. All right, somebody saying right here, black people do this. Yeah. And don't not have no life insurance. They could do, man, bro. I saw this family go through it because I actually coached a lot of kids and I actually trained a lot of people. So I go through their seasons of where they experience death. This guy died. This grandfather died, and he supposedly had life insurance. So they thought. Okay, so they fucking thought. Hold on for a second. They thought his ass had life insurance, but apparently, leading up to his death, he wanted to stick it to them, so he stopped paying the premium. He stopped paying the premium. So that when he died, all these motherfuckers came in ready to dice up that life insurance. And he had a pension and all that shit. Hold on, I got to sneeze. So he dies and throws the middle finger up at everybody. Stops paying the premium. I don't know if he forgot on purpose, but people will say he did it on purpose. And he told everybody to go fuck themselves. And so after the funeral, once they found out that he had no life insurance, guess what? Everybody got to fighting. They got to fighting. And guess what? Them people didn't have they basically didn't talk to each other for the rest of their fucking lives because grandpa life insurance wasn't there. Now, if the life insurance was there, everybody's going to get their check. They was going to get their bag and run. All right. They was going to get their bag and run. Where's my get that bag and run? All right, here it is.
Gotta get my bag and run.
And everybody thought they was going to know what they was going to do with their $30,000. They already spent it. That's why I tell you, these girls that you see me tricking on, they already spent that money, bro. They ain't got that money. That money gone. The little money that they're going to get from me or associating with me is gone. Same thing as the memories. All they're going to have is photos of food and photos of plane trips and photos of vacations and fucking oceans and blue water. That's all they're going to have at the end of it. They ain't going to have no money left, nigga. Right. But at the end of it, what happened was somebody said, gotcha, bitch. Yep. At the end of it, they realized gotcha, bitch. They really didn't like each other. They was kind of there to get that life insurance. They was there to bury his ass and dice up the life insurance. And when they found out there was no life insurance, gone. Nigga, nobody talked to each other the rest of the fucking lives. They moved on. And that's what I'm talking about. I see that happening. So you guys act like I don't know what's going to happen in life. I see people doing some wild shit out here. I see people treating men like garbage towards the end of their lives. Married men. Garbage. And it's like, y'all want to promise, do something. And here's the thing with these promises. And this is why I got to call out. Even religion does this. They'll promise you 72 virgins if you blow yourself up. These people will promise you everlasting life if you believe in an undertaker, a guy that rolls himself from the dead. And I don't mean to shit on religion, but this is what y'all do. Now, here's the problem with that. I got to go through the bullshit to get there. I got to blow myself up to get 72 ecclesiastical virgins. Now, let's just say I blow myself up.
Gotcha, bitch.
and I don't get 72 virgins. I'm mad as a motherfucker. I'm like, yo, y'all told me I was going to get 72 virgins. Well, they'd be like, well, I guess, well, so be it. Now you done blown up. Now you done blew yourself up and drove a plane into a building. Now you the one looking stupid. All right. Hey, same thing is you're going to get everlasting life. And now you dead as a fucking doorknob taking a dirt nap and you maggot food. All right. Just like deer, like a motherfucking deer that's on the side of the road. That's all you are, nigga. Your eyes turn black and you get maggots eating your fucking carcass. No everlasting life, nothing. Well, I guess you had to die to find out. Same thing as this people promising you what you're going to get later in life by being married and living with purpose, that you're going to get all of these supportive relatives at the end. So you got to fall on the sword. And then at the end of your life, still be lonely and abandoned in a fucking hospital bed with people that don't want to motherfucking take care of you because they tired because you're out here laboring and dying for 6 months, dying slow. You still married and fell on the sword and became a utility only to end up motherfucking lonely at the end of the day. And don't get divorced in the middle of that in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. What? Now you done fell on the sword and still came up, got. Okay?
Gotcha, bitch.
So they're going to promise you something where nobody can show you that promise fulfilled. And if they do, it's the exception to the rule. But
Gotcha, bitch.
let me do these last super chats because it is the legendary Altered Beast with 2 donations. All right. I don't know if you made a mistake, but I don't see you typing anything in, but the Altered Beast in there with a donation. All right. But let me see if I can do the last donations and then wrap up this show. It is Black Moses says, salute, coach. Been listening since the 2 lives a day streams. He says, think I'm on locals, but I want to join the money mindset. Yeah. Got to know which one delivers, because they both deliver 2 different things. All right. They both deliver 2 different things. All right. Shout out to you, Black Moses. And then let me make sure I got everybody ecclesiastically when I left. Again, false promises. Oh, we'll promise you this and you'll have that. All right. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. All right. But what I can do, I can promise to give myself the life that I want. I can make sure that happens. And then what you're going to find is there are going to be some women that want to live the life you live. That's the sad part about it. As much as people criticize the life that I live, some women want to live temporarily with a guy like me. Now, you guys all be like, well, it's because of the money. Well, no shit, right? That doesn't bother me. But some women don't want to be in a relationship, but they still want sex, but they don't want sex with random guys. So they kind of find the happy place temporarily. And then they move on to relationships. Now, as Black Ram 313 says, relationships are a rest, a break from the cock carousel. So when women get in relationships, they want to break from all that. Whereas for men, they don't want to break. They want to work. So when you want to work, you want to get into relationships. When women want relationships, they want to break. They want to break from dating. They're fatigued. They want to break from hooking up. They want to break from the nightclub. They want to break from the nightlife. They want to break from traveling. They want to break from selling pussy. They want to break from turning tricks. They want to date from dating apps. They want to break. When dudes want a relationship, they signing up for work. They signing up for utility. They want to work for one woman, my fingers to the bone. So relationships to me is work. I'm on a break, right? And I'm on a long-term fucking break. I get to do what I do. Look, no woman can really live a lifestyle with me because I travel. I'm on this trip is 4 consecutive weeks. 2 months ago, I was on a trip for 6 consecutive weeks. Not many women can do that. There's not many women in the world that can do that. Not even women in the Philippines. I'm in the Philippines right now. Not many women can leave right now and just go off with me for 6 weeks. So what woman can do this? No woman's ready to do this. And what I'm not going to do is go, well, she can't do it, so I'll stay in Las Vegas. I'll stay in Los Angeles, and I'll only do 1 week because this bitch can't take 6 weeks off. Fuck that, bro. What? No. Why would I do that? When I could just be like, well, I'm single. I'll just go somewhere for 6 fucking weeks. Dude, I can live in the Philippines for 3 months. Come back to Las Vegas for 3 months. Lived in Florida for 3 months. I could just do that. I could do that at this point in my life. Whereas I got to find a woman that could do that. No old skeezers are going to be able to do it. Bitch too linked up to corporate world. She can't do it. They're jobbers, 9-to-5ers, ham and eggers. They can't take that life off. Neither will they do it even if they were my girl. They'll be like, well, I don't want to do that. So that's where I'm at in life, where that's what I want to do. And I'm not going to not do it because a bitch can't do it. All right, let me just rephrase that. I'm not going to do it because a woman can't do it. I'm not going to do it because a woman can't do it. I'm not going to be like, damn, I would love to do this, but I can't because my girlfriend or my 47-year-old girlfriend or my 52-year-old girlfriend or my 24-year-old girlfriend. I can't. No, hell no, bro. I take Nova and I put her ass in a motherfucking boarding. Nova have the time of her fucking life. I go out and I go travel. I don't have my kids to think about. My kids are in college. Go ahead, go to school. My son right now is on spring break and they in Canada. All right, he texting me from Canada. He on spring break with a couple of girls and a couple of boys. All right, and from the dorm. And they up traveling around Canada. I'm all the way over here in the Philippines traveling around Asia. I'm like, hey, son, how's it going? Good. He out here having fun on spring break. So I'm able to move. I'm free. This is the whole free agent lifestyle. It's not a secret agent. It's free. I'm free to do what I want to do, who I want to do it with, when I want to do it, for as long as I want to do the shit. When you're not free and chasing pussy and trying to get women that like you, you're attached. When you're dating and you're trying to get relationships, you're attached. When you're a stepdad and a step granddaddy, you attach. When you're a step granddaddy, Boyce, and you want to go travel for 2 weeks, but you're a step granddaddy and your stepdaughter got to work at Jiffy Lube and Walmart. So you got to stay there and babysit, nigga. You can't leave the motherfucking rocking chair, bitch, nigga, Boyce. Your ass is stuck in that motherfucker. You can't leave Philadelphia, nigga. You stuck there being a step granddaddy babysit, nigga, before you do your live stream. You schedule your live streams around your step granddaddy, bitch, nigga. Like, are you crazy? You think I'm going to sign up for that, bitch, nigga? Just because Deion Sanders want to blow his brains out, nigga? Oh, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Go kick rocks. Simp enforcer ass, nigga. Look. Go live your life. And shout out to Kaylin says. So we had Kendrick versus Drake, Stephen A. Jackson versus Jason Whitlock. Now it's CGA versus Boyce Watkins incoming. Black men can't be united anymore, mostly over dumb shit. Boyce could learn from you after seeing that wedding photo. But he don't want to learn. He a simp enforcer. He a simp enforcer. Okay, these people are simp enforcers, man. All they're going to do is simp policy for the community and these old skeezers. Get out of here. Shout out to no government name DW says Claudia Jordan described her perfect man, but has never been able to successfully bag one and keep him. These old 304s are delusional. No government name DW. Claudia Jordan said, my perfect guy is this. You're not him. And she 52 and ain't got one yet. And if she got one, she still hasn't bagged one. Now think of the irony, brothers. Thank you for saying that. She said, my guy is this and that. You 52 and still ain't got one. You better come over here and get them cheeks clapped. Because I know you didn't let a little nigga beat the butt. How tall is Claudia Jordan? Let me see here. She looked like she 5'6". See what she is. Oh, fuck. They got this shit. They got this shit in the metric system over there. All right, let me see here. She's 5'6", bro. Hey, Claudia. Look, just because you a little bit tall in high heels, you 5'9" in high heels. I fuck 5'9" girls all the time. All right, but the tallest woman I ever fucked was 6'2". So that ain't nothing. I ain't scared of no 5'6" bitch. All right, last girl I was with is 5'6". Like, stop. Talking about my perfect guy. It's tall and handsome and muscular. All right, where he at? Let me see. Claudia Jordan's boyfriend. Let's see who your boyfriend is. Oh, she's married? Boyfriend. Oh, let me see here. Who is her boyfriend? Nobody. 3 weeks ago, she ended a relationship because her partner. Okay, let's see this. Claudia Jordan, shame on you. Shame on you, you old skeezer. It said Claudia Jordan 3 weeks ago ended a relationship because her partner wouldn't be intimate with her on Valentine's Day. Now, isn't that interesting? So your last partner, boyfriend, wouldn't touch you. I told you your old soggy biscuits are not prime material out here. Your old boyfriend wanted some young prime pussy. What happened, Mrs. Tall, Dark, and Handsome? Come over here and get some CGA serum. All right, I'm going to put it on you, too. I'll put it on you. He got tired. Somebody said he got tired of all of that talking. Your last boyfriend, March 3rd. This is breaking news. And it's on the Breakfast Club, so I can't play the clip. All right. You know how the Breakfast Club is. All right. Can I play this clip? I'm going to play it. It's a Breakfast Club. Let me see here. All right. Hold on for a second. Let's see here.
Yeah. And I remember she came in one day and was like, yeah, I was waiting for all night and he didn't give me none, right?
That's why I broke up with him next day.
You said that on air?
Yes!
That's Claudia Jordan,
it was
Valentine's Day, and I knew, well, that's because I knew
he didn't give you sex on Valentine's Day?
We were about to break up.
Oh,
I think
you
he was
should've
sleeping with
fucking
the
that on
ex. I think he was like, felt guilty. And I was here. What were we going to say? I'm sorry.
Shame on you, you old skeezer. Your last boyfriend, Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome and Muscular, was fucking another girl, his ex, while he was dating you and left your ass pussy dry on Valentine's Day. Why I oughta? You had to go to the vibrator while your current boyfriend was fucking his ex. Bruh. Claudia Jordan, you got to be shitting me right now. All right, look.
Hey, look at this.
Look at that, bruh. The internet never forgets, all right? All right, well, Claudia Jordan. Well.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it.
All right. Your old ex that was breaking up with you wouldn't touch them soggy biscuits. Come over here and get cracked. I know you need somebody to crack that thing one good time. That is crazy, bro. Somebody say fold her up and co-host straggle and sniggle with her. You know what, Claudia Jordan, we need to do a live stream. All right, I'm going to bring your old ass on here so we can go back and forth. All right, because you got some nerve to be out here trying to talk to CGA like you reckless. And somebody won't even fuck you on Valentine's Day, and he out here cheating on you with the ex. You got some nerve, bro. Wow, these people be talking cash shit, man. And that's why they don't like that I'm free. All right, because they see what other men, they see that the men that they mess with, I'm like them. Treating them like, hey, you just the next cum dumpster. It is what it is. You the next girl up. It's just your turn with me. With me, it's just your turn, Claudia. That is unbelievable. And that's why anybody co-signing Claudia, they need to have their head examined. All right. But Claudia, I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs. You need a man like me in your life. But Black Moses, we need to give him props for the sponsorship. That's what we need to do. Shout out to you. Let's give you a props for the sponsorship today. The Black Moses.
I'm rich.
All right. I might be doing double live streams when I get back. All right. Because really, man, the vacation times, I've been doing a lot of vacationing or a lot of traveling. So I'm going to get back to business. Some of them will be on Twitch during the evening. Some of them will be over on YouTube. We're going to mix it up. Some will be on locals. We're going to mix it up. But when we get back, we're going to get to work. All right, let me see here. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody on the way out the door. All right, but Larry Bird's not walking through that door, fans. Okay. Shout out to Rick Pitino keeping his team in the playoffs, in the NCAA championship. Okay, man, shout out to the coach gang. Go to sleep, East Coast, West Coast. Go ahead and take a nap as well. We're going to be back. I don't know. Sometime we'll be back. Peace.
And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Legends ain't boring, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't boring, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.